ready?
I'm ready.
This is your spiritual podcast station, bring you the uncut, unblocked, and unscripted. This is the only place in the podcast universe giving you a balanced approach and a look at the other side. Everything from A to Z. We are live right now in the 1831 studio. My name is Natia Moore.
I'm Anthony Flick.
And this is Pastor Anthony Said. Welcome everyone to this episode of Pastor Anthony Said. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.
All that.
On our YouTube channel.
All that.
Everywhere.
Yeah, all that.
Apple, Spotify. Get into it.
Good.
Get those alerts.
How about it?
And everything.
Yeah.
Good to see you. How you doing?
Good. Give me a little bit more volume. I guess in my ears, I think. I don't think I can get in the mic.
Ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. That's good.
How's that? Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
All right.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Not a bad day. How about you? How's your day? How was your
Busy.
weekend?
Busy. It's been a busy season for me, and so I'm going with the flow. It's been
Okay.
a real busy season, and I thought that I will. I actually thought that this time when I would be resting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I would be, but it didn't turn out that way. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with it.
Yeah.
But I'm having fun.
Okay.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun. It's good I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the journey.
Because in the past for you, usually this time of season is your rest. Is this normally your restful kind of season?
Okay,
or?
so because I determined I'm self-employed, and I guess I'm on two sides. I'm self-employed, and I own a business. So I'm working both of them right now.
Yeah.
And so in that, I'm able to sort of dictate how my seasons go, and what I could do something one season that could prepare for another season, almost give me a certain level of rest, but it didn't work out this time.
Okay.
And so
I mean, like your demand, like sometimes we can, I don't know. I know, like for me, there's certain seasons where I feel like I'm more in demand. Like people are not pulling on me more, or
that ain't
you know what I
changed.
mean. Like okay, so it's
That's
just
all
that,
year. That's
that
all-
part
that-
is
that's
consistent.
all year.
Okay.
That part is all year. I did that part comes to the territory. That's all year. So I'm not. That just comes with it. I'm not. Yeah, not. I thought you were talking about something else.
No.
No. With that part.
Yeah.
That doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
yeah,
I understand.
I'm sort of used to that.
Yeah.
But usually when I work, when it comes to terms of working, I can I am going to do this. I'm going to set up. I'm gonna set my year up to from I guess April to the month of August to September. I'm gonna be doing A, B, and C. Then after that, by September, October, I should be seeing the fruit of the labor. Especially when you're dealing with real estate.
Okay.
You can sort of play the market that way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And forecast.
Okay.
According to seasons. You really can. And so I do it on a smaller scale, but I do it. And then so it leads me to the place where if I put a lot of time in, let's just say for an example, that I purchased a property. Let's say I purchased a property in January. Don't decide to start working on it until the month of spring. You put and then you sort of determine how how long the job will take. You know what I'm saying? You can estimate the time. Good. And then you also, after you estimate that time, then you also understand that once the project is over, then it's time to market the project. Well, if you start marketing the project in the middle of your work, 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to sell the property a little bit earlier
Okay.
than expected.
Okay.
Because you did not market the property when the property was completed. You market the property when the property was during this phases. You know what I'm saying? Probably during the middle phase. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so there's a projected cost and outlook to this. So if you plan it that way, 9 times out of 10 it's going to go. Nothing is perfect, of course.
Right.
But if you plan it that way, it sort of goes that way.
Okay.
And then you can say, okay, good. With this winter, this is going to be a chill. But it didn't happen that way for me this year. So to God be the glory. And so I wanted to go that way, but it didn't. And
Okay.
so it is what it is.
That's cool. So is real estate like an unpredictable kind of?
Okay.
Like,
So
is
real estate, yes. Real estate is unpredictable,
Okay.
but it is predictable.
Okay.
In the sense of real estate it's called real estate for a reason, because it's real. and people think they can just jump into it, make some money, and walk out. You know, I got
That's the thing.
That's the thing. You know,
like
everybody always, you know, hey baby, I'm gonna get me a house. We're gonna get a house and we're gonna flip it.
Flip it.
You're gonna flip a house.
Flipping houses.
Y'all stop watching all those commercials. Stop
What's
watching
that show? What's that station? Not We TV.
You're right.
called-
One of them television stations. That's right.
TV, something TV.
Uh-huh.
HD TV.
HGTV.
HGTV.
Yeah, y'all stop watching. Y'all stop watching it. If you keep on watching it, you know, watch it with a level of, with a sense of understanding, and just have a realistic approach. You know what I'm saying? Take a realistic approach to everything. It's real for a reason. And the first thing they teach you about real estate is, if it's too good to be true, it is.
Oh.
That's the first thing they teach you. If it's too good to be true,
All around.
in real estate, that's the first thing they teach you going to real estate.
Okay.
If it's too good to be true, you know what I'm saying? It is.
Wow.
Don't go into it.
Wow.
Don't buy into it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, for example.
Say, for example, we saw a house they selling a house for $1.
Okay, stuff like that.
$1 house. Hey, we get a $1 house. It's no such thing as a $1 house, everybody.
I've been seeing that.
We got a $1 house.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, $1. I got
That's so
$1.
funny.
Let's go down to Baltimore and get to Baltimore. Then go downtown and just get a list of houses. You know, no, there's no such thing as a $1 house, everybody.
Okay.
Okay,
No
here
dollar
it is.
houses.
Everybody, let's get this real quick.
All right.
All right, what is the $1 house program? Let's get this right. On the $1 house program, first thing they want you to be is first dips go to developers.
Okay.
That's on the $1 house program.
Developers,
First
okay.
dip goes to the developers.
Okay.
So you're not going to get the prime properties. You're going to get the jungle trash. I mean, you're going to get the worst of the worst.
Jungle trash.
Yes, in the worst neighborhoods. Let's get this together real quick.
Okay.
And so in the worst neighborhoods. So now you're getting a property in the worst neighborhoods, and the property is $1, but they want you to have $100,000 worth of credit.
Oh,
Or showing that $100,000. They want you to have at least 6 figures in the bank, or showing that you can make 6 figures, or you have done 2 or 3 properties in the past 2 or 3 years. There's some criteria to this. See, and y'all wake up and
y'all right this somebody put that on their vision board in 2024.
I'm gonna get a $1 house.
We getting this.
Yeah, like no. Yeah, you may get it.
Like,
$2. I'm gonna get my uncle to fix it up. It is
Right.
no. It's your uncle license.
Right.
Because you have to have a licensed contractor too. Yes, your uncle know electric, but it's your uncle a licensed electrician
See.
and a licensed plumber
Stuff
and
like
a
that.
licensed HVAC person. So you got to have licensed people. You get what I'm saying? So yes. And the licensed people, their license have to be up to date or up to par. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, y'all. So please, everybody, don't.
I think people think it's like a class. You know, you take a class and then it's just boom.
No,
we selling these houses like we getting this money. Like it's
you know who make the money? Who making all the money?
Who?
The people who are telling you can make money. They're the ones that making
with
all the
those
money.
classes and all of the
If
stuff.
people come on the commercials just saying we can show you how to do it if you give me this kind of money.
Yeah.
Those are the ones making all the money.
Wow.
Because everybody want to do it. So they play on everybody's. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Need for that quick fix.
Wow.
It's a game.
Wow.
And so they play on your need. Most of them don't even have that many properties. So they made it cut about 6 deals and say, hey man, get a multi-unit. Like it's not that easy, y'all.
Wow.
And like
I
you like,
just saw a
wow,
commercial
I get a
about one of those
multi-unit.
multi-units,
I
yeah.
can rent it some building. You looking at these like, hey,
Yeah.
nah, y'all, it's not like that.
And now they being slick like, hey, you can get a nursing facility multi-unit. Like they're trying to put like what your
Yes, but
specialty
yeah,
is in it. Like
That's
you be
I
like,
didn't notice
oh.
that. Or daycare,
Yes.
or assistant living
assisted
facility.
living. They labeling it so you
Yes.
be like, oh yeah, I could use that for.
All this marketing, guys. Take it from somebody who been in it, who failed, came back, failed back and back again, and I failed again. I failed more times than I've won in this market, and I love it.
Yeah.
And so it's a part of me. And
Wow.
so I can give y'all all the ins and outs.
Wow.
It's a free market enterprise, you know. So yeah, I mean, people. The hardest, I won't call it the hardest part, but I'll talk about that part later. I'll just stay where I am right
Okay.
now. The deal is, if y'all get into this, it's real for a reason.
Okay.
And that's where we started.
Yeah.
It's real for a reason. And the market oftentimes fall to flush out phonies.
Okay.
So whenever you see the market dropping, the real estate market dropping, or they usually call it the bubble has burst,
Okay.
or the real estate boom is over.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, people on the real estate side call it a correction.
Okay.
We don't call it a failure.
Right.
We know that when the market fails, we're going to make most of our money.
Why is that?
Because when the market starts failing, the housing go down, the price of housing go down, the demand is no longer there.
Okay.
And once that happens, you have more property at your, you know what I'm saying, at your availability. You more properties are available to you, and now you can work out different kinds of deals. You can be more flexible in your dealings.
Okay.
And that's why. So people who's in real estate know that when the market drop, that's when we make most of our money. Well, when I want to say market drop, I said when the market fails, we make most of our money.
Okay.
Everybody else want to get into it when everybody's getting into it.
Yeah.
We know that when this thing gets messed up, foreclosures, we can get now so properties that were 100,000, we now can get it for 35.
Okay.
See, we know that.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got lenders already ready to make those deals.
Right.
So why everybody's like, oh man, I can't sell it. Like, yeah, but you can't sell it, but we'll buy it because you can't sell it.
Right.
And so now we can get 3 for the price of 1.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then we hold on to it because we in the business. So we hold on to it and wait till the market get correct. And then when the market turn back up, we sell out 3. While you sitting home crying about it didn't work.
Right.
And I got jammed.
Wow.
He's like, nah, you just weren't patient.
That's crazy.
So
Okay. So what kind of person do you recommend goes into this field? Like, what do you need? You need that patience clearly, but like what skill do you need for this? What type of, I guess, characteristics would you need to have to be successful?
The number one characteristic for real estate is you need to know how to develop relationships.
Okay. Wow.
This is why, everybody listen to me. This is why Donald Trump stays on the golf course. Because that's where all the deals are done. If y'all want to be good in real estate 2024, add golf.
Get your golf clubs.
Get your golf clubs. Just going out there.
Y'all ain't listened last time.
Yeah, I told them that last time, didn't I? A couple years ago, didn't I? I'm telling them it again.
Some golf clubs.
This is why millionaires and billionaires
stay on the golf course.
Because you can talk and negotiate while you are playing the sport.
Okay.
That's why. It's your ability to negotiate. That is the greatest skill you need, the number one skill you need in real estate.
Okay.
Can you negotiate?
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes you get into a property and the man says, listen, I'm going to sell a property for this, but the property, prime example, you find a property like the one I was recently in.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just giving this as a scenario. This is not what happened to me.
Okay.
Halfway into the property, we put the property on the market. Imagine somebody like Anthony Fliggins walk in there, and I walk in there and say, hey, I can take this property off your hand and I can finish the property for you. It's a win-win for me and you. Here it is right now. What are you selling it for? What are you planning on getting it for? What are you this? What are you that? Well, it's going to take another 6 months to do this, 4 months to do that. We all know how long it takes for these things to take place, for these deals to go down. And so we all talking. I said, listen, we can minimize this. And you can walk away less money, but you won't have to wait as much. You don't have to wait as long.
Okay.
And so, AKA, you would probably sell the property. It's December right now. And let's just say a property you set the market, let's say 30 days to about 3 months. 30 days to 3 months, a property on the market. In this kind of market today, you're talking about 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
In this market.
Okay.
You know, right before COVID hit, it was like 30 days. Doing it was so fast.
Wow.
It was 30 days. COVID changed everything. So it was like 30 days. You know when what's his name? And what's that guy name in the chair? Biden came in the chair. Market dropped. You know what I'm saying? Who's this calling? Market drop. When the market dropped. Thank y'all. When the market dropped. When I mean dropped, I mean the prices and interest rates. That's what I mean by drop, y'all. Dropping don't mean fail. There's two different words. Okay, so when the market.
That's what it sounds
that's
like.
The way. I'm sorry. I'm saying drop. I mean, let me stop. Let me use my words. Let me use proper language.
No, I mean, I think people be using it in it. For us, we saying like, oh, dropped it.
Let me use proper verbiage in this one. So when the interest rates go down.
Okay.
Put it that way.
There we go.
So everybody else can just really get into these deals. Okay. 30 days. Like today, 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months, something like that. Okay, so in 4 months you can make $250,000 in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And you have to wait you have to wait with that time. 9 times out of 10, you are paying a mortgage during that time. I can come in and saying, hey, I can finish the deal for you. I take the house off your hands right now at what? Well, $215,000. So what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? The average person Now, if you're Donald Trump, you ever got money, you wait.
Right.
But after who want to make money, I would take 215 today, guaranteed. Then you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To wait until the month of April or May to get that 250, and I may not get that 250.
That sounds familiar. Go ahead.
And
Good.
then I'm gonna have to wait again for somebody else to close this deal.
Okay.
So I got a guaranteed deal on the table right now that you're bringing me, opposed to something I may
Right.
get
Yeah.
in the month of May.
Right.
Something that might happen.
Possibility.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
So you have to weigh that. 9 times somebody gonna say, good, yeah, I'll take the 215. Let's just close this deal. It's a win-win for me and you. Because now I got something that's gonna be worth 250, maybe 300 by the time I get finished with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I still have equity in the property.
Okay.
So it works for me. How does it work for you, the other party? It works for them because they don't have to wait as long.
Okay.
And they can get their money before Christmas.
Okay. Makes sense. That's good. So it is a win-win.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Yeah, it
real
is.
estate.
Okay.
Negotiating.
So what is this? What do you think is the biggest attraction to it? I mean, do people really? I mean, with the flipping, I flip my house and then I got the money. Like, are they where is it coming from? Like, where is it? Is it always been there?
It's always been like this.
People always wanted to be.
Yeah. This
Everybody,
is
we talking real estate.
Yeah, we
Okay.
talking real estate, everybody. A lot of people wanted to get into this, and especially in Baltimore.
Okay.
Because Baltimore is what we would call in our real estate, people with real estate, the last frontier.
Okay.
So Baltimore is called the last
Why?
frontier because property in D.C. and property in New York, which is right on both sides of Baltimore, all of them are, the housing market is so high.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So for a row house, 4-bedroom row house in D.C., you paying 500, 700,000.
Isn't it like that here?
No,
We like
250, 300. But
Okay.
you're talking about $700,000 for
Okay.
something with no parking.
Yeah, 700. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of
crazy.
money.
Yeah.
With no parking and some
No
of
garage.
no garage, and some of them don't even have central heating and air.
What?
Radiators. 550,000. 575,000.
Oh no.
It's one of the richest. DC is one of the richest
Wow.
cities in America.
Woo.
Out of the 10 richest cities, DC, and it's right down the street,
Yeah, literally.
literally.
Couple
And,
blocks.
and then up the street you got New York.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
we not even gonna open our mouth and
It's
talk about
crazy.
that. You know, you know what I'm saying? With Rockefeller and all them up there.
The cost of living is crazy up there. Period.
So you got them up there. So now what? So now you got Baltimore sitting in the middle. They call it the last frontier. And Baltimore's the only place you can get $1 house. I'm being facetious. So everybody jump in like, yeah, let's go.
Right.
No. So anyway, you get these dollar houses. The
Okay.
developers get the first dips, and then they giving the rest of they call it the trash to you. Now it's not trash because the property is the trash because the neighborhood, and the neighborhood the value is not worth anything. So you can put $150,000 into a house and you can only sell it for $100.
Right.
So you lost $50,000
Right.
because of the market,
And
because
do
because of the not just the market, but because of where those properties are located.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you go in? People go in looking to lose?
no, they
Like,
just
do you
don't
go in
know.
like I know
So
in
we-
this area I'm gonna lose a certain amount. Like, is it like that? Okay.
So people going foolishly, not paying attention to the comps. It's called comps. And the comps are seeing what the properties in that area go for. How much of the properties in that area? You get what I'm saying? So most of the properties in the area go for what? 100, 150, 200. You like, wow, I can flip this and get 300.
Pretty much.
Like, no, you're not. You're going to put 250 in it and you're going to lose 50.
That's crazy. Okay.
That's the name of the game.
Wow. Real estate.
Real estate. Are you a negotiator?
Are you a negotiator?
Yes, are you negotiating? That's bottom line. Next thing after negotiation, partners.
Okay.
You got to have partners. You need to have partnerships. The two things in real estate, negotiating, you being a negotiator, and working in real estate is easier than working in McDonald's. You just got to know the numbers. Everybody tell you that too. You just got to know how to play the numbers.
Play the numbers.
You just got to know the numbers. And if you know how numbers work, you know you can forecast
right.
certain things. And okay, you can work. I'm working out a deal right now, and yeah, you just got to know how numbers work. I remember people telling me I want to learn real estate. Remember that in our class? I want to learn real estate.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but y'all don't like talking.
Yeah.
I can't make you say words. You don't like greeting anybody. You got to be open. You got to say and you got to have a level of confidence to know that you can do it and it can be done. You have to make people see the numbers. And when people say real estate, I'm like, you want to learn real estate, but you got to know how to talk.
So when people want to do things that definitely require some of those kind of things like talking, communicating, negotiating, building relationships. So is that something that can be taught though, right? I mean, if for the most part you have people that can communicate, just kind of choose maybe not to, or haven't really kind of, maybe really worked on that often, they don't need to communicate in whatever the, particular fit. Like that's something that can be taught, right? With, like those kind of skills, like when people come to those classes or when people come to certain things, like obviously they know there's going to have to be a certain amount of communication, but put the way you just said it, like can people convert to that, or is it like no, if you're not doing it now naturally, then this is just not something you can
Here's
do.
the deal. I may have an issue with this. I'm learning T and I were talking yesterday, and I said there were some things I'm learning on the spot. So I'm learning, so I don't mind learning. One of the things, and I have a whole lot of principles, and I have a whole lot of there's two sides to having being principle led.
Okay.
You can be so stuck in your ways sometimes that you don't see another way because you always see the principle of a thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes there has to be a little wiggle room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So here's the part in me that has to shift.
Okay.
After I believe that once you get to a certain age, there's nothing else I can't help you because you're stuck in your ways. Now this is a personal belief, but if you've been quiet for 43 years. And I can't turn this on. There is no way I can turn this on in 2. I'm serious.
I understand. It's just
I don't feel like I can. I just feel like I cannot turn this on. You are a natural introvert. You are a natural person that just, again, it's part of me that may be wrong. But how much time do I have to invest in you in order to get you to do that? And how much time do I actually have?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have that. I don't have that time to 2 and 3 times a week.
Right.
To just you get what I'm saying? Get you to just open up your mouth and say, hey, let's put this together. Can we set up a meeting? Right. I'm not quite sure. I want to learn everything I can about it. Right. Those are the things I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Just certain things that you naturally do when, say, as a person who is getting involved with a deal or a relationship.
Right.
Here's another word: a covenant.
Okay.
A contract. I can give you another word: a marriage. And we always say these words. What makes for a good relationship? Everybody always say it. You got to communicate.
Yeah.
Everybody always say it.
It's like the number one thing people
It's like
say.
number one thing, right? Communication, trust. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? So these things right there that take place in a relationship are the same things that take place in real estate. Okay. And in real estate, there is something in real estate in the middle of the buyer and the owner. And you know who they are? Contractors. But why are they called contractors? Because you got to give them a contract. They are bound to a contract. Okay. Contractors. Contractors are not called carpenters or builders. Why not? They're not called house makers. We call them contractors. So why do you call someone who have a hammer in his hand, lay carpet, put your pipes in your walls, your roof, lay your foundation? Why are they called contractors? Why are they called contractors? You got to be able to look at this. Like, oh, that's a contract.
You don't look at that.
They don't look at that. They don't look at that.
I don't either.
No.
Okay. Got it.
Contractors. They basically embody the contract. That's what a contractor is. Simply saying that you got something I want, I got something you want. You have something that I can't do. I have something that I have something that you can. That's the ability to buy a house, or not ability to fix up a house, and you have what I need. Okay. Money. Contract. Okay. That's it. Okay. I have the skill, you have the money. That's the contract. Okay. And let's get together and talk. Okay. That's a contract. And that's why you call them contractors.
Okay. So in this case,
go for it.
This is probably why those people on the commercials make so much money, because I would imagine those that are in it like this, like you, like really, like you're looking to attract those that are if you are, if people are coming in the circle to do that or to learn, like there has to be a certain amount of interest spark. Like you have to have like some foundation in it, right? I mean, at this point, at this time,
At this age.
at this age.
And that's what that's something I may have to learn. That's something I may have to get I may have to work on. Because I feel like, okay, at this age, you're in your 40s, you know what I'm saying? The reason why you are negotiating, and like you're negotiating, it's not because you don't have the money or the credit. No, because people with money let that work for them.
Okay.
But even millionaires like deals.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? Because you always want the best for your buck.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what so I'm talking to the average person.
Yeah, the average person. Yeah.
So the average person in Baltimore, the medium household income is in the 50s. You know, that's household now. It's not person.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
During these times. Medium outcome. So Baltimore is a rich city with a whole lot of poor people in it. That's how you describe the city.
Wow.
That's how you describe Baltimore. Baltimore is a rich city with a lot of poor people in it.
Town.
Yeah. That's Baltimore for you right there. Baltimore's a rich city with a lot of poor people in it. And so when you're dealing with the medium income, household income in the 50s in Baltimore, what's your credit score looking like? Average, early 6s, late 5s, that's on average. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the average now. How many people are actually in the business with you, and how many people do you know that's in this business? You know, that's actually successful.
That's successful.
Because number 3, you always in real estate, a mentor.
Okay, yeah.
People see negotiating. You got to be able to. What else did I say? I said
I thought you said build relationships and negotiating.
Relationships. I said something else in between, and I forgot what I said about it. Yeah, whatever. All right, I should remember because I'm the one that said it, by the way. But we keep talking.
Wait.
We'll
keep going. It'll come back.
We'll find it. So negotiating. We talk about negotiating. After we talk about negotiating, then we got
relationships.
That was
Did
negotiating.
we already say that?
I think.
Oh yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, there was been relationships, negotiating. I said something after that, ain't okay. But anyway, let's keep on moving. Partnerships. Thank you.
Woo.
Got to have partners. Good. So having partners, we got it. So we got negotiating, the ability to negotiate. You got to have partners, but that's negotiating too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Finding partners.
So,
Got to have some partners. And number 3, you need a mentor.
Okay.
You need a mentor. You got to have somebody who already been in it. So anybody who's asking about real estate, I'm asking you, who do you know that's in it?
They're gonna be like, you. It's you. Thank you.
I ain't got the time.
The Lord has sent you at the right time.
Oh my God. And then after that, that's all good. And then so you got those things, those 3. Let's just start with those 3 right there. You got those 3 locked in. You got to pretty much head up, because you know what the mentor would do is the mentor can show you where to find properties. And the mentor can also show you what to get into to cut your teeth. Because your first property should never be to make money. Your first property should always be to cut your teeth. Okay. But again, at 43,
you ready to?
You want to make some money.
You gotta,
So now I got to teach you how to talk. You don't talk. You introvert, so you don't want no partnerships. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I just drove 4 hours Tuesday. Drove 4 hours to shake somebody's hand. Yeah. And close the deal.
And I can tell you, I don't think many would do.
I drove 4 hours. I said nothing. And the man said, come on out there. I said, okay, where you at? He said, I'm Chesapeake, Virginia. I said, oh, Chesapeake down the street.
No, right. Like many streets.
I ain't nothing. So when I put it in Google, I said, oh, I got to drive 4 hours?
You thought it was like on the outskirts of Virginia?
I'm thinking the outskirts of D.C.
Oh, yeah.
This ain't nothing. Like, an hour and a half. I do this. 4 hours.
Woo, one way.
I drove down there, shook somebody's hand, and the meeting was 15 minutes. And I drove back up. When I got home, the deal was closed.
Look at that.
I drove to shake somebody's hand.
Come on there, y'all.
Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Are you willing?
This is the real part.
4 hours.
4 hours. But I got the deal done.
Yeah.
I got the deal. This wasn't real estate, but I got the deal done.
Got the deal done. It's a relationship.
It's relationships.
For sure.
It's relationships. So my question is, and then when I was on my way back home, I'm like, man, you still on the road? Like, yeah, I'm still on the road. It is what it is. It is what it is.
8 hours later. Like, sheesh.
Oh man,
Woo.
got the deal done. It was it.
Relationship.
Relationships.
Okay.
I drove 4 hours to shake somebody's hand. We talked. So it was an 8-hour trip, and the meeting was 15 minutes. Literally,
Okay.
15 minutes.
Wow. That's amazing.
And the
That's
guy said,
relationship.
"Where you from?" I said, "Oh, Maryland." Ain't nothing. I ain't telling from Baltimore.
Baltimore.
I'm in
He
Maryland.
gonna
I said,
one day
yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
you rode all
No,
the
he
way.
ain't gonna know. No, I
He
said
never
Maryland. I
gonna-
was on Maryland, right up the street. It wasn't nothing.
Mm.
It wasn't
Wow.
nothing.
Woo. That's relationship.
But do we value relationships?
Mm.
Can I teach this?
Please.
No. Can I teach this?
Yeah, you would need to.
No. Can I really teach this at somebody who's 43?
Oh.
I know what you were saying.
No. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Go
50.
ahead. No. It would be,
55.
it just,
You
know.
kind of stuck in your ways. Now, this is the part of me that needs some help. So I'm asking. I'm at the mercy of my people. I'm at the mercy of those who are listening. Help me, please.
So I don't know if you,
How old are you?
36.
All right, so you're not in this demographic, but go ahead.
Okay. So I don't think you necessarily need help with that. I think that you would need to just direct those that need that kind of help to the right person, as we said before. Now, remember when we had our guests, we had Kayla here, and we were
Right.
talking about, because this kind of reminds me of this a little bit. We were talking about her patience. She was saying that she didn't really have a lot of patience for older people that could, but she does have patience for the younger generation, like with certain things like that. And so it's just a matter of, now me on the other hand, I'm like, well, I have the patience for some of those things. I just think it's clearly, like y'all said, it's not for everybody. So I don't think it's anything you need to change. Now, first I was like, well, maybe you do need to change it, but now I think that I don't think you need to change. I just think you need to direct them to people that can help them with that part.
Okay.
Because you don't have the time to, I don't want to call it waste. I don't want to call it waste. I don't want to use the word waste.
Okay, so are the people that I'm directing, I'm playing devil's advocate, by
Okay.
the way. Are the people that I'm directing those, if I am directing certain people to do what I cannot do or don't have the time to do,
Right.
correct? Or what I personally think can't be done. Am
Well,
I,
that
am
would
I,
be a-
am I sending
No.
sending you into a war that you cannot
No.
win?
No.
Let's
Now,
hear it.
I think that the people that you're advising, if you personally think that this is not going to benefit them, they probably should be advised to go take some time, do some research on it. But I'm talking about those that can most likely get this done.
Were you talking about in real estate or advising others? Now, which one are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about, I guess both. I'm talking about real estate. I'm also talking about advice in general when people come to you for things that can be time consuming.
Right.
And you just don't really have the time at that time to really, even though you make the time, but some of that stuff you're not going to be able to keep.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm saying that those particular people, I would imagine that you would have a group or team or people that you've work with in general that you feel comfortable or you feel are able to help this person. They are actually life coaches, mentors. They're established in this field and they want to teach at that level or that capacity.
Got it.
They really are looking for newbies to just come and help get them to that point and then send them to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
That's how you're thinking.
I'm thinking that you don't need to necessarily change and
Got
do
it.
that right
Okay.
now because you got stuff to do.
Or my brain, somewhere in my brain saying it's a waste of time. But I could be wrong.
You could.
And I'm really saying,
could be right.
I could be right. But I'm really saying at a certain age. At a certain
I can't.
see, that's where
So
I'm losing
I
it.
can't. So I guess because in nursing school, I went to nursing school with like some 67-year-olds,
Right.
and I don't know how they did it.
Mm.
They didn't know how to use the computer. They didn't know how to use Blackboard. Okay, y'all know what Blackboard is. It's how we submit all of our we used to. I don't know what they use now, but we used to use Blackboard to turn in all our assignments before midnight.
Okay.
These are people that go to bed at 7 o'clock. They had to do evening classes. They had to do papers. It just was a lot. I don't know how they did it. And they were what you call our senior class.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I don't know how they were. So after seeing that and seeing them actually, I mean,
So
it kind of made me like, Because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, how are they going to do this? I did not believe they could do it.
Right.
And they actually did. So,
Right.
and they took the NCLEX. They did it.
Wow.
They figured out the computer. They got with tutors. They did everything they had to do. They committed to it, and they graduated. And
Okay.
our nurses in this age, in
Nice.
this older age. So
It's not that.
I can't say that I can't say that they can't do it just because of their age.
You can't. Okay,
No,
you're saying
I guess
they
it would
can.
be more their mentality.
Their
If
mentality.
you know that their mentality is like they say they want to do it, but everything contradicts what they're saying.
That's another thing too.
Then that right there is I don't. Now
Well,
that I
maybe
can't really kinda do.
maybe I'm okay. I'm using the word age, but I'm not saying an older person can't do it.
Okay,
I'm saying a person who is a certain age, and they
like an
don't.
old dog can't teach an old dog new tricks, stuff like that.
I don't want to use
Maybe
the word
not a good
dogs,
wording.
but yeah, but I don't want to use that word. But what I'm saying is, when you see a certain personality,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? These personality traits, and you're watching, and then certain things I'm seeing, certain things I see is I also watch and see how much research have that person. How much time have you put in your own research?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So hey, Flickens, I want to learn a little bit more about real estate, or
Mhm.
you don't come to me to really learn about real estate. You come to me to learn about why it's real.
Okay.
That's why you don't. That's why you come to me.
Okay.
Why it's, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And even in my preaching,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to give you the reality of it. And we not going to. I'm not the hope dealer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. I'm not. I have nothing against that person,
Yeah.
but I'm not that person.
I deal a lot of hope.
You deal a lot of hope. To God be glory. I'm not the hope dealer. Fliggins, you're not going to get that coming to the court of Christ. Not from me. You get it from other ministers. And I'm going to say amen, and we're going to shout and glory to God together. Yeah, but
I mean, not in like a fairy tale way.
I can't see it no other way.
Oh, see, I can.
Oh, okay.
But okay, we'll talk about that.
You
another
talk about
time.
that.
Go ahead.
We
I'll
can
write that
we
down
can
so
have
we
that.
do go back
Yes,
and
we
talk
can
about it
really,
another time.
yeah, we
Not
can.
tonight, but definitely
We
a
can
time.
go tonight.
I can't.
Really?
But maybe. We'll see.
It's going to be good.
All right.
So here's the deal. So you come to me to learn why it's real. Like I'm telling you now, why it's real. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you come to it, you want to learn about the actual market of real estate. You're going to, I want to know what real estate is. I'm saying, wait a minute, why? That's the first thing I'm going to say. Have you ever bought a house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And why do you want to get into this? Make some money? Fast money? Slow money? Because real estate in the Northeast is that long paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's brick, it's mortar. We in the Northeast. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about America. You know, you go down Silicon Valley, you got a couple of ideas. You go down there, and you know what I'm saying? You get the computers in Google, you make money. You know what I'm saying? You go down there to California, and you know, show your face, show a smile. You might get a Crest commercial. You know what I'm saying?
We want you.
Yeah. Go down to Texas. You go down to Texas. You get what I'm saying? You know, meet a few cows, and you might get some, oil. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's certain places that you can go and make this happen. But we are in the Northeast.
We are.
It's cold in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
It's long. It's long money. It's hard. It's right up the street from New England. So you got to think like that. It's structural. It's tough. It's gritty. It's crowded.
Mm-hmm.
You got to when you're going into it, y'all going into it with big smiles.
Yeah.
Whoa. And this is why you jam up. I'm coming in letting you know where you are.
Yes.
And this is how it works up here.
Yes.
Because it don't work the same way down there.
Yeah.
And the way you want to do it, you might want to move down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the happy land.
Yeah.
where it's sunny.
Yes.
You know, and people just walk into
It's
a
just
house.
like, oh my, this is
yes.
it.
When you go
We want it.
When you go to a bank and says, guess what? And the bank said, I'm so glad to see you. Here.
Yeah.
Not here.
Little different.
So even the banking, the banking deals and the people are different.
Yeah.
It's just different.
So side note,
Go
real
for it.
quick.
Go
Same
for it.
thing, but side note.
Go for it.
I think that really should be across the board. That what you just said to all new people coming into a career or anything. You should be upfront with them about what they're actually getting themselves into. We as employees, we sell it like, yeah, you should want to work here. You get time off. You get we got insurance. No, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your back's gonna hurt. Like
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
tell people I'm not saying turn them
yeah.
off, but I'm saying just be real with the people. We don't really tell them, and that's why they be quitting after like a month or two.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go for it.
That's all I'm saying.
This is good because
was a
I even
side
do. I'm not going to lose my point, but this is what I teach pastors. Pastors in Texas
Mm.
and in Florida,
Uh-huh.
pastors in the Bible Beltway. You know what
Okay.
they call Baltimore?
What?
They call Baltimore City. You ready for this? A preacher's graveyard.
Wow. I didn't know that.
They say it is
That's terrible.
when you go
Okay, I
down,
didn't
when you
know
go down to mid-country, go down south,
Mm.
go down to the Bible Beltway. They call Baltimore City a preacher's graveyard. People come up here from the south thinking they're going to do something, and guess what? 6 years later,
Mm.
you got a storefront with 6 people and this big vision.
Wow.
You're like, wait a minute, what happened?
Oh, wow.
And I know people right now who could not make it here, went down to Texas and blew up.
Really?
Yes. No, I know personally. Personally. Here, I know a preacher that was here who was homeless here, living in his car and living in his church.
Mm.
Went down to Texas. He have 1,200 members today. I don't think the brother can preach, personally. I ain't gonna call his name because he used to be.
He's probably watching.
No. He probably is. I promise, don't think this guy could preach. He loved my father. Anybody love my father? I like. I tell you, I got to think. My
Yeah.
father was an eccentric man. He was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my father was something. And he didn't have a lot of people. He had a lot of people who admired him, but really not befriended him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because he was just like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
He's a
Yeah.
praise enthusiast.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Has a
Love.
lot. You know what I'm saying? Big personality. Sometimes can be a cool. He was the man, of course, but he was him. And there were certain people that took a liking to him. Well, they will forever be my people as long because they loved him. Because I saw how many people disrespected him
Okay.
and didn't properly treat him
Yeah.
or didn't treat him properly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So this guy liked my father, and but he couldn't preach. He was homeless. Couldn't get a church going. That man went to Texas, 1,200 members.
Mm.
I said, of course, we moving.
Yeah.
No, we not.
Pack it
moving.
up. Pack it up. Mhm.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
say so much about this. I
Wow.
can. So they call this Preacher's Graveyard. 2,000 churches in Baltimore
Graveyard.
City.
Preacher's graveyard.
2,000 churches in the city. 2,000 registered churches. So we're not talking about the unregistered.
Mm.
So you talking about unregistered, you talking about another probably 400.
Wow.
That's a lot of churches in one city
Yeah.
like this.
A lot.
What about 600,000 people?
Mm.
And if you filled every church in this city, it'd only be 10% of the city.
Wow.
So most of the churches just have a few, like this church right here.
Mm.
That's it.
Wow.
They are the numbers.
Wow.
10%. If every church in this city is full to capacity, 10%, 60,000 people.
Wow.
That's what all the new psalmists and all the, you know what I'm saying, the new Shilohs and all these bigger churches around the city. Y'all got to know the numbers, ministers.
Yeah.
'Cause these ministers jumping into something without knowing the numbers.
For sure.
And I teach my people that. Whatever y'all get into, study it. Let's bring back to the real estate. How much research have you put? How much of your own research have you put into it?
Right.
Or do you just want me to say everything?
Right.
I would like to measure, engage what you know, and then add to what you know because I've seen you've been working.
Okay. How many people have you seen that's actually studied?
Oh, everybody coming to me about real estate know nothing, and they won't even go on YouTube. They won't even listen to the book or buy
Read the
the book. Yeah. The first when I got into commercial real estate, the first thing I did was purchase a book called Commercial Real Estate for Dummies.
Okay.
First thing I did.
Hey guys, go get that.
Commercial Real Estate for Dummies. That was the first
Start
thing.
there.
That's the first thing I did.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I did. And the first thing I've learned, and this is what the first thing I learned about commercial real estate. A lemonade stand in New York is worth more than a 40,000 square foot building in the middle of Columbia, Maryland.
Wow. That's crazy.
You see a building a block long.
Mm.
That lemonade stand in New York,
Mm.
Madison Square, or Times Square.
Mm.
That lemonade stand is worth more than that 40,000 square foot building.
Wow.
First thing I learned about commercial.
Wow.
And so you had to learn it. And I cut my teeth. You got to learn these
Yeah.
things. You have to. And so now you're not doing any personal studies. And then you come to me saying, hey, teach me. I'm like, wait a minute.
You
Are
know-
you the kind of person
Sorry.
that take initiative? Because in real estate, you're going to have to take some initiative. But if you're not a person that takes initiative, then I'm gonna hand them to you, Tim. Let you deal with them.
Yeah. I don't know if I
Hey.
can say that. Again, I'm not in real estate, but
I don't know
I don't
anybody
know.
who's done that.
I don't know if you can say that they necessarily lack initiative
Well, go for it.
because
Oh, I
they
gotta hear
didn't
this.
necessarily read the book. So this is what I can say.
Oh no. What about
Or-
did personal
Or
research?
didn't do the personal research.
Go for
Only because I think that we're in so yes, we are in a
Gotta hear
era
this.
of we are full of information. We have access to absolutely everything. However, I would say that the secondary learner, I don't know if you would call it a secondary learner, but the person that's going back to do a second passion or a second career or a second entrance that wasn't necessarily their primary. So if I'm doing nursing, I'm deciding now I'm going to do music producing or whatever I decide to do. You're doing it in addition to what you're already doing, if that makes sense. So with that, not saying that you shouldn't research, but a lot of times when I think when we sign up for these classes, right, to kind of get started, that is the initiative. For a lot of people, that's the I'm getting started here. For someone to give me my kind of foundation. Now, understand that as a teacher, you're looking for students to come in with some kind of information why you're interested in it. But I'm finding that it's kind of not a thing. It's a thing. It should be a thing.
And they are usually those who fail.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. It's usually the ones who have already done some pre-work before the work,
Okay.
who have some understanding because it's in them. Those are the ones who usually. Now, I'm not going to say they fail.
Okay.
Let me change that word because
Have more
Because
difficulty? What?
because you can fail in something and still succeed.
Yeah.
Failure is part of success.
Mhm.
So let me just change these words here. So
Okay.
those are the people that usually get disappointed.
Okay.
Those are the people who usually get disappointed, and
Okay.
their disappointments stop them from working.
Oh, okay.
That's what I found out about people who don't take initiative with
Prior.
doing their own. Yes, those are people who are actually getting something and like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this.
Mhm.
Opposed to saying, oh, I read this.
Mm.
Oh, this is what they were saying. Oh, this is what they were saying about a property or about a contract or about a this or about
Mhm.
a. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because I've done some research
Some type of research.
on my own.
Mhm.
I've actually had a mentor and sat down and talked to somebody. This is what they were saying.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Then you go back to those persons and then what do I do? And they're gonna say, you need seasoning. Hang in there.
Mm. Yeah. Pretty much.
You need
That's
seasoning.
That's
That's like, yeah, you need seasoning. That's all. You excellent, but you need seasoning.
Mm.
You got a good place.
Mhm.
Like, oh my goodness, I'm out of everything. If I contracted this and I don't got this and I ain't got, you got a good place.
Mm.
We got a good place. Yeah.
Wow. That's across the board.
That's across these things
Like,
I
we-
say
I mean,
are
I'm
across
just-
the board.
Yeah.
So it's just not real estate.
No, it's just not real estate.
It's
I'm talking
all
about
that-
any interest that people have. I mean, a lot of.
I look at these things and I'm listening to people talk to me, and I respect them. It's
Mhm.
not. I don't think you're lying.
Mhm.
I don't think you're being dishonest.
Mhm.
I just think that you just don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Don't know what you're talking about. Is that more or less like because you haven't researched it, or
Uh-uh.
you
It's
don't
because
know that
you
you're
want- you-
interested in it?
Because you are interested. So here's the deal. Again, pardon me.
Mhm.
I'm interested in something. And do I have again that age thing always come up? Could be dead wrong. Do I have time to waste? Do I have time to
Okay.
get in something at 44? I'm 44
Uh-huh.
that I don't like,
Mhm.
and find out I don't like it once I'm halfway in it.
Mhm.
Do I have that time? I don't have
Hmm.
I don't have the luxury like I used to be. You know what I'm saying? I used to have the luxury of getting into something because it really didn't matter because I can move back home with my mother if it failed.
Mhm.
I can move. I can live in my brother's couch. I can live here. If things broke up and things failed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, if I lost my car, I can just go get it. Uber and just jump in and jump. Just things happen because you're so young. But when you get at a certain age,
Mhm.
you get at a certain age, a certain time in your life, it's like I don't have the luxury
Mm.
of making mistakes. And I don't have the luxury of getting into something because the wind blew. And I think I can do that. Like, no.
Mm.
Make sure it's going to cost you something. Now,
Are you willing? That's the thing. Are you willing to pay
yes,
the cost?
because here's the next
Okay.
thing. That person who's getting involved with this, do you have the time?
Okay.
Because real estate takes a lot of time.
Okay.
God, it takes a lot of time.
Mm.
You have a 9 to 5. It takes you an hour and a half to get to work, an hour and a half to get home. And then once you get home, you depleted.
Uh-huh.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not 21. When I get home, I can and go to bed at 3 o'clock and get up at 5 and go right to work. You're not that person.
Right.
Life is not like that. Can I keep on going?
Please.
Children.
Yeah.
And by that time, grandchildren.
Oh, Lord.
Responsibilities.
Yeah, it's true.
Spouse.
Yeah.
When you go into something, you got to ask your spouse, those who got a relationship, or a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever you got.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to invest in this. You got to make sure your ducats are in the row. You get what I'm saying? You got like 12 extensions on your cell phone bill. This gonna take it out. I'm telling you that now. And this is
the one. This is it.
Real estate gonna take you out. So if every month you're getting extensions on your cellular plan, if this every month, you gotta call and you gotta call and if nothing's on time, so that means that you're already behind scheduling everything you're doing, and then you're gonna add this to your plate to bring you out of something. You kind of got to look at it in a different way. I always say that my claim to what I tell people, this is what I tell people.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I tell people, if you want to get in something like this, simplify your life.
Yeah.
I always tell people, take that car back, do a voluntary repossession.
Yeah.
I tell people, if you can go back to your people's house for 2 years, hey, Mom, I'm coming back home 2 years. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a significant or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you got all those clothes and everything, like that, just simplify those clothes. You get blue, you get blue, green, black, white, brown, and gray. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We not buying a whole lot of clothes. We doing jumpers in the summer and the winter.
All year round.
That's it. We doing ponytails and wigs.
Doing what we can.
we not. You know what I'm saying? We doing our own nails, and we gonna get the little tape on the top, and we gonna get French manicures.
Yeah, got the good ones now. It don't even matter.
You get what I'm saying? We doing press-ons now. You get what I'm saying? We are simplifying our lives. We taking all those things off the table. Why? So that we can have you simplify your life to jump into something, so you can have something called flexibility, and that's what you're gonna need in this business. You're gonna need to be flexible, a flexible schedule, because things happen. You have to sometimes you have to go to meetings. You have to take off on certain days. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna have to have you got to have some flex if you're gonna be successful. Yeah. Now, if you want a quick flip and just get a household and get something, make some money, then that's another thing. But why do you want? So why do you want to get into it? You want one flip to see how it works?
Right.
Okay, good. Here's the one thing I'm gonna give you. Boom, do this. Whatever I say to you. But if you want to get into this business, those are the things you're going to have to do because of the things you're going to need in the future for the things that may happen because it is real. Now, I say that about this, but I say it about everything.
Yeah. I mean, it can apply to everything. I guess my concern or what is like so many people that get stuck in those type of cycles of their lives that, I mean, they've been doing something for so long, and then there is something that they're interested in, but they can't put all the time, or they can't do all of those things and make those, or not willing to make, I guess, those sacrifices to kind of condense or change their life around to be able to even make the room for that. I mean, it's like you can see why so many people kind of are stuck on those. Yeah. They retire from things, employment, jobs, and stuff that they just hate. That sucks.
2 years, y'all. I'm asking everybody, those who want to make a jump into something, take 2 years and simplify life. Just 2 years. You can get right back. You can get right back into the swing of things. Just 2 years to scale everything back. And
then that also would be a part of the exit strategy, correct?
It's a part of the exit strategy.
And the applying your
yes. That's that. But again, that's just one. That's just one. It's not the only.
One what?
That's just one way of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Not the only way of doing it.
It's a good way.
Partnerships are better.
How so? Like in what way?
Because if you got a partner, you got someone who can take some of the load. So when I first jumped in real estate, I did the construction part and somebody else did the actual real estate part. All I did was the construction. That's it. So now you don't have to pay for a contractor. That's it. So we bought a property knowing that we would not have to pay all this money to get this thing done. So he could negotiate a property for a certain amount. Why? Because he knew that I could do what others couldn't or with a contract. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So he had more, we had buying power. Because we had somebody on the back end. Now, I wouldn't go into these properties with I wouldn't go into these deals telling people I'm a contractor. I go in these deals with a suit on.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't know what's going on.
Right.
So I'm looking at the product like, wow, that's gonna cost, this kitchen gonna cost 5,000.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I got this kitchen in one of my warehouses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole set. I just
Yeah.
need to measure it. Go get the measurement tape. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we already bought the whole set.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it like, yeah, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying? And in my basement, I'm collecting stuff. So we
Yeah.
got 50 sheets of sheetrock.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I have a plumber, I have electric, and then I can do all those things myself.
Right.
So I'm looking at the problem like, man, it's gonna cost a lot of work. In my mind, in my
You
partner's
already know,
mind,
yeah.
like, nah, we already know it. So when we take it, y'all sure? Y'all got something on your hands over here? Like, yeah, we take it.
Mm.
All right. Well, I don't know if y'all know it. Like, well, it is gonna be a lot of work. So $15,000 less, $25,000 less.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Mm.
Yeah. All right.
See.
See. And now we negotiate. Now we talking. Now we're telling them how much the contract is going to cost, but we the contractors. So yeah.
That makes sense.
Blah 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 blah.
Partnership.
Partnerships. If y'all want to keep your lifestyles, find partners. But again, if y'all don't like talking to people,
Yeah.
if you don't like talking, I don't know what to say.
What do you when you say you don't like talking to people? You mean like what?
You
like
don't
you don't
like going up to people saying,
Oh.
does anybody want to be in this business with me? I am interested in start.
Okay.
You get in groups and y'all talking about, you know what I'm saying? I know people, the same way we talk about movies, because we talk about the movies, Leave the World Behind,
Mhm.
is the same way you got to talk about anything you're trying to get into. You kind of have to throw debate out there.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Right now, we talk about everything else, and,
Yeah.
and we loud. I mean, we are
Lit.
lit.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Coming out of this,
Very opinionated.
don't know what to say.
Mm.
You're going to have to throw that out there in the midst to see who is interested,
Okay.
see who will grab the bait,
Mm.
see who will talk.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're already talking. Just throw it out there. And you're like, oh, man, this is a step of faith. This is a leap of faith. I got to see. Like, I don't know. I mean, call it what you want to call it. Because you were just talking about that movies like it wasn't nothing.
Mm.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm.
I'm really thinking about getting into real estate. Or I'm really thinking about buying a property and flipping it. Or I'm really thinking about starting assisted living. Or I'm really thinking about, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
selling clothes or
Yeah.
T-shirts. And you know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to know. Anybody here got that on for the clothes, whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's just
Yeah.
open up your mouth and saying things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Those are the things. Those are the things those are the things that we have to throw out there, just to see if somebody would say, "I'm interested in the same thing."
Mm-hmm.
We talk about a lot of stuff, but we don't talk about these things. But what you think about, you bring about, and there is a law of attraction,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to,
Yes.
govern yourself these ways. Now, somebody else may say, "Well, I don't think I can. I don't have to do that. I'm gonna do things my way." I'm telling you, my way is only one. It's just one out of many.
Mm-hmm.
So just do it your way.
Right. But you asked me.
But you did ask me. It's just one way, y'all. It's just one way. So I want you to be successful. I want you. You know what I'm saying? Put it this way. To be honest with you, the way some people talk about it, I'm just gonna be up front. And want to get involved with real estate. I have deals. I won't even share them.
Okay.
So I have a deal. I wouldn't share it with you. Not you, but there's some people talk about it. I wouldn't share it with them.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't share it with you.
Yeah.
Not because I don't. I just don't think that certain people would be able to handle the pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to be disappointed.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah.
So, because I'm serious. Because some deals just demands. Okay, and just to get another idea. Deal on the table, foreclosure. Somebody couldn't keep the deal on. You took the deal over.
Okay.
You added your name to the project.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Mhm.
You just add your name to the project. That means that they can't sell the project or anything without you.
Okay.
Then all the acquisition fees and everything else falls on you. You'll just become a partner. Just put your name on a piece of paper. Really, downtown is only $25. Nobody knew that either. Add your name right to it. It's $25.
Right.
Like, really? Okay. Add your name. That means that can't nobody do anything without you. Now your name is not on actual deed.
Right.
But can't nobody move the property without you.
No, okay.
That means that you're also liable too.
Okay.
But the partner that was in it, they couldn't do anything with it, so they failed, and so you came was our help.
Mm-hmm.
With a part, and then they said, okay, then why you can't do anything with it? And he said, because we jumped into this property and we couldn't finish the deal, but the mortgage is $700 a month.
Mm.
You're like, I don't have $700.
Mhm.
You saying that? But man, I really like this property.
Yeah.
But you cannot open up your mouth and say, hey, who want to help me with this? And we split $350.
Okay. Yeah.
Now that's easier.
Yeah.
That's easier.
It's a lot easier.
That's a lot easier. And then your name is on that property, and then you get in the contract with them. So now y'all two partners, or y'all two then open up a bank account together, and then both of y'all put your money in there. Now you tied to that as well, and A, B, and C, and D, and E, F, G, and get a lawyer, and y'all make this thing happen.
Mm.
But what you're doing is you're keeping the property going.
Right.
You're keeping the property from falling into foreclosure, and you taking you're leveraging that property.
Right.
You're taking all that onto yourself, but not you. It's you and your partner.
Partner. Yeah.
Now, what are you now? What is your partner getting out the deal?
Right.
Because they like third party now.
Mm-hmm.
What they getting out the deal?
Because one question,
Go for it.
when they if they become liable if something happens to the property, how much are they affected like equally with each person when they sign?
Nah.
Okay.
Truth be told, when I said they can't do nothing without you, that the major party.
Mm-hmm.
So if something would happen and you didn't finish, you didn't close the deal. Whatever y'all made, whatever deal y'all made, whatever contract they made, they can actually go after you.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
So
they can go after you. So the mortgage company is gonna go after them.
Oh, but
They are the primary.
But they can only come to you for whatever your percentage is in it.
They come to you. They can actually say, okay, but I went in the deal with them, and then of course they can then do something to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the mortgage company gonna go after them,
Okay.
not you.
Okay.
Yeah, because they signed the deal with the
But
mortgage
legally,
company.
they can come after
Oh
you.
yeah.
That's something.
Yeah. And you just damaged the whole relationship.
Okay.
But they was gonna lose it anyway.
Mm.
So,
Pretty much.
what did you lose? All that money.
That you put in. Okay.
And then your partner come in and they lose too. And now you just damaged the relationship.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by relationships.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all, come on, nah, y'all. That's not
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how sisters and brothers get into fights. And
Yeah.
you brought me into something.
Killing people.
Yeah, it's real. You brought me into something and you didn't keep your end of the deal.
Yeah.
I brought you into something and I didn't keep my end of the deal.
Right.
Now we battling.
Right.
Now you owe me.
Right.
I put my $5,000 on the line.
Mm-hmm.
You told me this was a good deal.
Right.
Like, yeah, it is a good deal, but
You
somebody
really
did
didn't
not
understand.
keep that
Yeah.
end of the
Oh,
bargain.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you out 5 and everybody fussing and Thanksgiving just don't taste that good. And you cancel Christmas.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, and then
Keep
your
it
kid, and then your kids mad at my kids. Now the
Yeah,
little
it's-
cousins are
come on.
your mother, my mother. Your mama should have this, my father, and then got the infighting and oh my God,
Whole
oh
problem,
my
mess.
God. So hey, go to Ted, not Fliggins. I'm joking, but that's how it works,
Okay.
and that's how a lot of people get in trouble.
Yeah.
So let's be upfront. Let's just be honest. And I think that's how I approach the Gospels.
Okay.
That's how I approach ministry.
Mm-hmm.
I take the real approach
Mm-hmm.
because I see so many people are just selling the dream.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
do see it. Like, wait a minute, y'all. You know, the materialistic approach to the gospel, we shift in energy, is a new phenomenon. The God do for me is new.
Okay.
That's new. When I say new, I mean new. I mean
Okay.
this century new, last century new.
Okay.
That was never the gospel.
Okay.
This is a more recent gospel. That God get me a husband, get me a wife, bring me out, get me out of trouble, even though I keep getting myself in it.
It's not the same as like when the people would ask for healing and things like that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm. 'Cause when it's new. It's new because most people saw because the gospel, the way the gospel was preached for most of Christian history, the gospel in most of Christian history was preached for relationship
Okay.
and to learn more about the word.
Mm-hmm.
It was never to make life better.
Okay.
For most of Christian history, the preaching was about learning more of God and becoming a sort of a quote unquote a moral citizen.
Okay.
It's the moral contract between man and God, the citizen of the kingdom.
Okay.
That's what it was about. It was, in fact, it was the antithesis, the opposite of the actual materialistic gain.
Okay.
because people who were materialistic in those times were the very few and rich.
Mm.
And so now we don't have everybody with this. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Today there are about in America there are about 24 million millionaires
Mm.
in America.
Mm.
In America, adult millionaires.
Wow.
Adult millionaires. There are more. We got as many millionaires in America as they have citizens in Florida.
Mm. Wow.
Did y'all hear what I just said?
That's
America has about
Crazy.
24 million
mm.
millionaires, adult.
Mm.
We have as many millionaires today
Crazy.
as there are citizens in Florida.
Mm.
This is new to the world. The world don't know nothing about. This is new to history.
Wow.
Y'all look at these numbers. Again, when you are dealing with this stuff, y'all got to know the numbers. So you got to know what you're getting yourself into.
Mm-hmm.
Before then, millionaire class belonged to a certain class
Yeah.
or caste.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cass.
Caste system. So you had to be born into wealth.
Mm.
This is new.
Wow.
New. So this is over the last 100 years.
Okay.
You had the oil families,
Mm.
the real estate families.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The farmers.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get these certain, you had to be born into this.
Mm.
Cotton,
Mm-hmm.
politics. You were born into the wealth. There was no such thing as you getting wealth. It's new.
Mm. Okay.
So this infiltrated the gospel and the way we preach. We preach less about getting to know God and more about getting something from him.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He's going to do this. Praise him. He's going to do that. Praise him. Always praise him for what he's going to do. I have
Yes.
nothing against that gospel. I'm just letting you know how new it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. And now when people look at this capitalistic Western society, they automatically just start, well, yeah, God becomes the genie
Yeah, for sure.
and answer my wishes.
Yeah.
And
Bottle. Yeah.
yeah. So it's the what can you do for me
Yeah.
lately
Yeah.
kind of relationship that we have
Mm-hmm.
and that we have developed and that we are preaching. I didn't say they, I said we.
Mm-hmm.
We are all in this together.
Yeah.
This is new.
Mm.
This is new. For most of human history, most of Christian history, for most of Christian history, the gospel was simply about finding a relationship with God, developing a relationship with God, and being a moral citizen of society.
Okay.
That's what it was. That's what it was about. Do good, be good. Make the best of what you have. Be content.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
And you said that this shift happened
In about the last 100 years.
where we start relying on more or less
We
ask
become-
what you're going to give to me.
We'll become more materialistic.
Yeah.
So God is always, so now success in God is tied to success in money.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Everything in God is now tied to a possession. And I know it sounds like a foreign language today because they're like, oh, he doesn't like money. Like, no, I just told them in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not talking about that. So don't go there with me. You get what I'm saying? So please don't
Yeah.
do that. But I am saying that there is a real side to this, Tia.
Mm.
I tend to talk the real side.
Mm-hmm.
And people always say to me, you make Jesus real. Like, you make Jesus real. Like, yes. Because I know that the majority of the people I know it's not you, it's
I'm not sure.
majority of the people, I know it's not me. So the majority, we talking about, we hear a horn outside, everybody. We hear the car alarm outside. So the majority of the people, so the majority of the people will see this and they see this as a foreign language, but I know the majority of the people won't be this.
Mm.
Because even though there are 24 million millionaires,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what percentage is that when they deal with citizens?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So you have to teach it in a different
Wow.
way. See what I'm
You
saying?
did. Yeah.
You got to teach it in a different way.
Mm.
So I'm trying to tell. And that's why. And I always did with pastors. Every pastor won't be that mega pastor.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
make the best of what you have.
Right.
Stop shooting for the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying you shouldn't, and you shouldn't aspire to have more, because the Bible says that the glory of a king is his population, and the despair of a prince is when he don't have one. You know, when the land is empty.
Mm-hmm.
So you want more people. The Bible says, let there be meat in the storehouse. And then the Bible also says that when one of the parables, and Jesus saying that, hey, the Father is throwing a wedding. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
my house should be full. So go out there in the hedges and highways and get them, because my house should be full. So yes, the house should be full.
Mm.
So I agree with that.
Mhm.
But be mindful. Be mindful. When there are 2,000 churches in the city,
Yeah.
and 6 of them on one block,
See, that's the thing.
be
Yeah.
mindful, all y'all. Be mindful. Please be
Yes.
mindful. Be mindful when you don't start on time.
Yes.
Be mindful when you're preaching the same thing every Sunday.
Yes.
Be mindful when you have no programs for children.
Yes.
Please be mindful when you're doing no social service work.
Yeah.
Be mindful.
You can be mindful that in-house has changed after COVID.
Be
Some people are
mindful.
just never coming back.
Be mindful. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, you know, I know you're praying. I'm praying with you. Oh, God bless you.
Yes, Lord.
I want you to experience it.
Yes.
But please be
Just
mindful.
be mindful.
Be mindful. Be mindful that you're 72
Okay.
and you have and the way you teach
Yeah.
is outdated.
Uh-huh.
Please be mindful. Be mindful that the gospel you preach is an outdated form
Yes.
of the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
It worked in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's not working today. Be mindful.
No.
Please be mindful.
Yeah.
And you know, people don't want me to say it. I'm not telling you to change it. I'm just saying be mindful.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
for sure. It's 2023.
And please don't tell me God is the same today. Yes, that's God. It's not you. Be mindful.
Just be mindful. I understand what you're saying. That's crazy.
Be mindful.
And so what would be the so for pastors,
Why are you laughing?
it's funny.
Because they're not mindful.
So for pastors that are at that point, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine that they don't know what to do at that point. I mean, I guess it's either two things you could do. What, sit down,
Uh-huh.
pass it on,
Yeah.
to the next person, or
Right.
just keep on doing it until you die.
Right.
How do they make that decision? I mean,
So-
prayer, of course, but I
Yeah,
mean, like,
yeah.
what did they do?
So I believe older pastors, especially in the 60s, and who want to see their church grow before they go.
Okay.
Any pastor, this is the mark of wisdom. You want to see your church grow before you go. You in your 60s, you know you got 10, 15 more years of effective pastoring. If you're healthy, we'll give you 20, 80s. But we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, how these men are going
Yeah.
longer and stronger.
Longer and
Yeah, oh
stronger.
my God, this is real. So to
Longer
all the
and stronger.
pastors, I believe that you should shift your message to a generational message.
Okay.
Start talking about start having as the central theme of your gospel the Moses, Joshua. You know what I'm saying? New Testament should be full of a lot of Jesus disciples. That book of Acts.
Okay.
That should be your central message.
Okay.
Your central message should always be in the book of Acts, or you know that the story of the changing of the gods between Moses
that
and Joshua. That
transitional-
transit. So all your gospel should you got
Okay.
52
good.
Sundays a year. You know what I'm saying? Stay there for
That's
like 2 or 3
really good.
years, because then what you'll do is you'll begin to make people
That
see
is excellent.
that they have a hope of saying, "Hey, there's a tomorrow."
Yes.
Make me see tomorrow.
Yes.
Don't keep telling me it's going to change.
Yes.
Make me see tomorrow in seeing that there is something in that you see something in us.
Yes. Yes. And teach us how to handle this change that is to come.
That's what you do if you're an older pastor and you want to grow before you go. So you've been looking at the same numbers for 25 years and you're just saying, "Hey, we lasted a long time." That's good. But I'm not talking about just lasting. I'm talking about growing.
Yeah.
Be mindful. Now, if you just want to just hang in there and you just want to be, that's good too.
Right, you just
Some
want
people
something
just some people no. Say don't do that.
Sorry.
Don't do that. Say
I'm
it's
sorry.
not good.
I'm sorry.
Because
about
some people
don't think nobody heard
just want to be the storehouse for those who come by.
that. Okay.
God got, you know what I'm saying? I was
Yes.
telling my wife this the other day too. I said, there's so many churches today. And I hope I don't forget my point. Keep my point about pastors. Growing before they go.
Okay.
Growing before they go.
Okay.
Grow before they go, yeah. Okay, I was telling my wife this the other Saturday or Friday. I called in and I said, "Day, I said, and I'm always talking to her. I said, people do not no longer need houses of worship. Pastors, if you're a pastor that you are starting a church, you do not need a house of worship. You need a work.
Okay. Pastor starting.
Pastors need a work.
Starting.
Yes, today. If you want your church to be successful, you need a work, not just a house of worship. You need a work. A work. You need a work. Okay. We are developing, all we people doing is setting up little houses of worship, big houses of worship, medium-sized houses of worship. There are hundreds of houses of worship. I just told you 2,000 in the city. But how many people are actually doing the work? We need a work, an identity.
Okay.
What is your church known for?
Okay.
A work. Churches are just having church.
Yeah.
And then trying to figure out why it's so hard. You don't have a work. Now, what do I mean by starting a work?
Yeah.
Go for it. You ready?
That's what I say. That's what I was about to say. What specifically?
What are you known for?
Okay.
What are you known for? What are you? What is your ministry known for? Okay. Don't start a church. Start a ministry. Okay. Start a work.
Okay.
Start a work.
So, for example, deliverance. If someone had a deliverance house, a house of deliverance, is that a work?
That is their work.
Okay, that is their work.
That is their work.
Okay.
What is the Court of Christ work? Our work is to give opportunity to the gifted who have been overlooked, who have been forgotten about, who have burnt bridges, who have been rebellious. Now you can come to this church with your gift and be developed. We are the ministry that is a bridge.
Yeah.
For some people, I came here like this, and I'm like this. How many people have come in this church with that? So you already know in this church, it's the church of ministry of opportunities.
Yeah, of transition.
Of transition.
Transformation.
All these things. We have a work. And now I am developing a financial scheme around that so I can better serve those who God sends this way. That's a work. Yeah. That is a work.
Okay.
There's some people who are like prime example, Joseph.
Okay.
Joseph, we got Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph.
Okay.
Joseph. You know what Joseph was? He was the ministry of food. The minister of food.
Oh, I didn't know he was the minister of food.
Minister of food.
I didn't know that.
That's who he was.
Okay.
He was the minister of food.
Okay.
That was his work. So when the land and famine came to the land, he had a dream.
Okay.
And the dream he had helped him to keep the land going when famine came in the land. That's a work. Oh, we got a vision, a dream. No, we got to do something with this.
Right. Apply it.
We have to apply it. Application. Churches are just, we are simply having, and I'm not being mean here or being rude.
No, it's real.
But I'm being real. We got too many houses of worship, but we have no work.
Okay.
There is no ministry. What are you known for? Outside of jumping, shouting, and preaching.
Right.
That's it. And then somebody's going to open up church. You're going to open up another house. You're really, in 2023, 2024, you're going to open up another house of worship.
That's good.
And guess what? I can keep on going to you. And you're going to use my musicians at 8 o'clock at night. So now you got the same experience.
That is something.
And you're going to use our singers. So you're pretty much giving it, and you're going to preach T.D. Jakes' message.
Wow. And that compromises the effectiveness.
It's the same thing everywhere.
You can't, but you can't, if no one knows the work, you know what I'm saying? You think of all of these things that have nothing to do with the goal of the house.
This is true.
It's ineffective.
But the pastor don't have one.
Right, that's what I mean.
This is true.
I mean, you can't teach the people.
You can't. You don't even know who you're bringing in. So guess what you bring in? A couple of people from this church, a couple people from that church, and one or two may join your church and leave ours. You get what I'm saying? A couple may leave yours and join this. And we just keep rotating people.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
We just keep rotating people. We keep rotating. And somebody got to, and I remember I told my church this the other day. In order to get something, you got to stand outside of it mentally. Just You don't have to spiritually walk away, and you don't have to physically walk away, but you got to be able to mentally take that step outside of what you're in to really take a look at, to give oversight to what you're in. That's your marriage, that's your parenting, that's your schooling, that's your ministry, that is your body, that is your attitude, that is your job, everything you're doing. Y'all have to be able to separate yourself, have a mental, the mental stability and the mental awareness and the mental strength to mentally separate yourself from what you're doing, even your anything you're getting to, just to see what I'm in. Because when you're in it, you can't see it. Step back. Just take a mental step back.
Yeah.
Almost look at yourself. Like the movies, and they look at you.
Yeah.
Know,
You have to.
You have to scan your life. Like, what is this? And I am noticing that when you take this step, so I as a pastor took a step back. I said, man, we are just rotating people. That's all we're doing. But no one's coming in and getting locked in. And then saying, hey, I went. So each pastor moving forward should be able to counsel someone, and the person says, I'm dealing with this, you need to be over there.
Yes. Yes.
And that's how you know you're a strong leader.
Yes.
There are some churches that need that. Your work is family.
Yes.
Your work is ministry. You still got your central house of worship. But what is y'all work? And I'm noticing there is no work. So now when we got marriage, when we need help with marriages, and I'm talking about the new churches now, older churches did it, but these new churches, they just building new houses of worship. What are y'all known for? Where do I send my children?
Yes.
So when the person comes to me and says, what are you looking for in the church? I want to join the church. What are you looking for in the church? I want A, B, C. Yeah, you ain't going to find that here.
Right.
You
But
know
I can recommend you to.
Yes. You know how many people tell you, I say, yeah, you don't belong here. And I guarantee you ain't going to find many pastors that say that.
Oh, no.
I love this ministry. Yeah, you
Right.
won't love it in 3 months.
Right. You won't. Trust me.
You love it now. You love it today because we had a good service. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You love it today. The women look good in here and the brothers are tight. Yeah, everybody's right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, the sun is shining.
The sun is shining.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? And we serve food this Sunday, and it looks like it's all.
It was brunch.
It was we all those things. And wow, y'all got a lot of stuff going on over here. Oh man, like nah, you're not gonna. This ain't gonna. This is not what you need. You need more, you need a little bit more A, B, and C. You know, if you are here, and for people who come in like that, I tell them take your time joining.
Right.
If you want to join, watch a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, you can do this in a smaller church now. Small church, you can. That's what we just can do more. You can do more.
Yeah, you had the
You know,
flexibility
oh
to
my
kinda-
God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's so we can be so effective, but we so effective, Ted. We don't know what we do. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on going. And so, because we're just looking for, can we put butts in seats?
Exactly.
That's all we learning. That can we just get people in seats?
Yes.
Can we let's just fill the house?
Yeah.
Like I know, like no. Can we be
It's
effective?
their lives. Yeah.
Can we be? And some people don't care about that. So I'm not talking to you. Let's get this clear too. People who don't care about what I'm saying, I'm not talking to you.
Right.
I'm talking to the pastor who cares.
Right.
So you need a work, and then let the work, and then tailor the scheme, the financial scheme around the work that allow you to effectively serve the people, to put yourself into place where you are now working full time. You're not bivocational.
Right.
You're now building a scheme, a plan, because you know the work. If I know that, if my job is to bless, if my work is homeless people, and our ministry is we bless the homeless.
Right.
You already know one thing, that you're blessing people who cannot bless you back, and most of your members will not fill that tithe basket. Let's just get this clear right now. Let's just clear it up.
Clear that up.
Let's clear this up. If you know my work, if you know your work and your passion is for the homeless, and that's where you're doing most of your work. You're down there on Falls Road. You're giving out food and blankets and stuff like that. You already know that if those are the people that's coming to your church, oh, that basket gonna be empty. The kitchen gonna be full,
Mm-hmm.
The basket's going to be empty.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have jobs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
$1, $5. And if it's that, it's their last $5.
Yeah.
When they going to get another?
50 cents.
You ready for this? Can I be honest? If they are your members, they not coming to give.
Yeah.
They coming to get.
Exactly.
So at the service, they stand in the back door saying, "Hey, Perez,
yeah.
I need $5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everybody you go to, I need,
Yeah. Yeah.
So they coming for a different reason.
Mm.
And some of them are genuine. No, I need bus fare. Some of the women, no, I need feminine products.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any more. They honest. Some of them gonna come. I need some cigarettes.
I need a Lucy. Just one.
Oh man. And like, yeah, you sit there like, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been in this neighborhood long. I'm in this community. I know how to work this. But if you know,
Mm-hmm.
now I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Now I know what to do.
Yes.
Now let me develop a ministry that's going to allow me to cater to these people without pressuring or living with the pressure of keeping the ministry going. Because now you have to balance the two.
Mm. Yeah. Wow.
If you got the family church, you got a family church, and is it like a family? You got a whole lot of nepotism there.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A whole lot of that there, with it, the wife is the praise worship leader,
Yeah.
husband the pastor,
Uh-huh.
the son the musician,
Oh yeah.
the aunt is the usher. All family running the whole church. Whole family running the whole church.
Yeah.
You got that going on?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Then you're going to have to build ministry for the extended family.
Mm.
It's going to be the uncles, cousins, and aunts of them
Right.
that's going to help fill the church.
Okay.
Because ain't nobody coming there going to get in. Nobody's coming there going to, who's going to move the first lady from praise and worship?
Mm.
Yeah, you ain't got no shot. So if you can sing, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to extend it.
And it will be more family, you're saying?
Oh my
It will
God.
be within that.
Within that, because that's
Okay.
what you've established.
Okay. And that's that.
That's one part. But that's how you move. Because who removes family out of position? Who tells family you're gonna be temporary?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And the good part about family, most of them free. If it's just something on the music, I pay you, man. You get my face, I raise you.
Right.
Like,
Still living in my house.
Yeah, go play the music and be quiet. Shucks. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
And then you got somebody else who want to come in and say, hey, but I want to be compensated for doing it. You got the family, my family. So now it's the extended family.
Okay.
It's now you have to promote marriage because they're going to get married and they have children. So, and that's how you grow that dynamic. You have to learn these things. And you have to be intentional about them. You have to. So, start a work.
Okay.
Okay.
Start a work.
A work. Not a church, y'all.
A work.
All my pastors who are starting churches, start a work.
Excellent.
A work.
Yes.
Jesus did a lot of stuff, but his work was the kingdom. Introducing a new kingdom. That didn't stop him. That did not stop him from teaching in the synagogue. He taught in the synagogue. The Bible said every time he was open, he taught. So like Jesus would never be in church. No, you don't read your Bible. The Bible said he taught in the synagogue. When the woman was caught in adultery, he was in the synagogue. You get what I'm saying? So he didn't. Jesus would never be in church. He would be in the streets. No, he was in the synagogue too, y'all. He took his message on the road.
Right.
But on the Sabbath, he was in the synagogue.
Right.
He was right there teaching. He had a work. These are not my words, the words of my Father. Not my works, works of my Father. He had a work. He had an assignment.
Yeah.
That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what we need.
Yes.
That's what we need. That's what the world needs. The world needs this. Yes, my house is a house of prayer for all people. That's what Jesus said. Praying on in all houses. So yes, we pray hard over here. What that mean? They pray hard over there. We get it in over here. We believe it. Man, you go to 12 churches and get that. Everybody got a click track now.
Mm.
Everybody. Everybody. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But what will I attach myself
Yes.
to?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Good.
Work.
We need to work.
Got it. Beautiful.
That's what we need.
All right. Reminder. Pastor.
Go where you grow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if the pastor that has to, who wants to grow before he goes, or she wants to grow
That's
before.
excellent advice, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she wants to grow before
Mm.
they go. You must become
Go before they grow.
grow before they go. Before they get out,
Yeah.
they want to grow.
Grow before they go.
Yeah, they
Okay.
done with the survival. We've been here 25 years, and amen. No, I want to grow.
Mhm.
Okay, that pastor right there must be able to teach the transitional sermons and portions of the Bible. Again, AKA, you should be heavy. A lot of your gospel, a lot of what you preach should be, you should be heavy in the book of Acts.
Uh-huh.
Because the book of Acts, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
teaches about the church starting, but Christ sort of passing the baton
Yeah.
and say, greater works you're going to
Yes.
do, and these things you're going to see, and then you see preachers doing what Christ did, and
Yes.
you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You begin to
Now
preach
go.
this element. Now you
Yes.
go. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You're watching all these things take place, or you're watching the transition between Moses and Joshua. As I was with Moses, I'll be with you.
Yes.
So now you are expressing, and you are experiencing, and you are teaching a word that is about transition.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're going to be removed,
Right. Right.
but it does mean that
Yeah.
people be able to see that transition, even if the transition is in you.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's a preparation. Right? For
All-
the time. Yeah.
And that's another thing you can preach: preparation.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that you can preach, and then you can sort of circumnavigate your way around the sermons within this proper frame,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
without ever losing your position, if you want to hold on to that, if you want to say that, or your purpose. But I understand the assignment. I understand what's going on in my ministry. So let me, and everything I'm saying is up for debate, and everything is flexible and got room to
Absolutely.
develop and fill in pieces. I'm not giving you the, like, this is it and this is all.
Right.
This is just something that you should think about.
Right. Sure.
Something you should just think about these things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Those things, and they all through the scriptures. They are all through scriptures. Between the relationship between Saul and David.
Oh yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That transitional period.
Yeah.
You're teaching this. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you're not all and do it without demonizing
Exactly.
everybody.
Yeah.
Because in that sense, you can't demonize Saul.
Yes. Yes.
You get, even though Saul messed up, you can't demonize him.
Mm-hmm.
You get, even though, and that's another thing I want to deal with too, because things happen to people that were bad, that does not mean we get to demonize them.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We think even for example, the teaching of Solomon.
Okay.
And so we say, well, Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. We go to all this other, like, wow, he had all these women and all of we go on all this, and we leave it right there.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a minute, y'all. Don't think that he was cohabitating with all 700.
Right. Right.
They think he was sleeping with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was not. You don't know your Bible. Y'all think he was just having a whole lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot run a country on your back.
Mm.
Talk back to me, somebody.
Come on.
You can't run a daycare on your damn back. I know what I'm talking about. Your little 12 kids. You can't run a daycare on your back. I know what I'm talking about, preachers. You think Solomon ran a whole country on his back? Come on. Come on, 700 wives. Come on, y'all. You think the brother, and Solomon's country, during Solomon's reign, they were the most prosperous than they ever were in their history. In fact, they want to go back to those days. So every time they look at the glory days, they look at the days of David and Solomon.
Wow.
Can't build no country.
Not
You
on your back.
cannot run a country. You women and men, listen to me. That's a mess where everybody just love to sleep around.
Yeah.
But you're trying to get your work done. You're trying to get business done. You cannot run one on your back.
Yeah.
You can't screw everybody you meet.
No.
Every connection is not for sex.
No.
Every beautiful body ain't yours.
Everybody you're assigned to is not for
It's not for you to lay with.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Solomon cannot run a country on his back.
Yes.
You can't run a 12-kid daycare center on your back.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Very real.
But they don't teach you that. Because they think he was cohabitating with all of them. He couldn't. He could not. You cannot.
Think about it, yeah.
You think about it, just think, y'all. And
yeah.
Yeah, it's not just, he's not running a harem with orgies and just no. But so what does that teach you? What would that teach you? It teaches you relationship. But you got to think of relationship as a king opposed to as a peasant or a normal citizen.
Right, exactly.
It simply means is whoever I am in relationship to, if I marry them, then this land is connected to their land. That means that we no longer fight because your daughter belongs to me, and now I, Solomon, am now a part of you.
Right. Relationship.
The reason why they had so much peace is because he had so many relationships.
Wow.
Case dismissed.
Not on his back.
You ain't gonna ever hear nobody preach it. The only thing they preach is their Western twisted minds.
Yeah.
These
I
Western,
be like Solomon.
Yeah. And we laugh about it and joke about it and like, come on, y'all, kings, come on. You gotta run a country. What y'all think they doing? Think, everybody, think. Think.
Yeah.
Please, preachers, before you run your mouth, think. At some point, you got to stand up.
You do. You have to
You
stand.
cannot run anything
After you've done all you
horizontal.
can. You just can.
You cannot run anything on a horizontal relationship alone.
No.
Solomon was not cohabitating with all those women. Oh, my God.
Yeah. You got to think.
Teaching us that if y'all want peace, you got to establish
Build relationships.
relationships.
Exactly.
I said it earlier,
Maintain
didn't I?
relationships, yeah.
That's what it was, y'all. But when we look at it, when our Western, juvenile, immature minds,
Perverted.
oh, man, uneducated, don't do proper research. You read the Bible, you just throw it out there. And you're like, oh, wow, amen, no, hey, woman, like, man, shut up.
Yeah.
He did not cohabitate with all those people and run the country successfully.
Yeah.
He died, they split. And they never returned. Israel never returned to the glory days of Solomon.
Wow.
So he knew something we didn't know.
Yeah,
He knew something we did not know.
for sure.
Why get involved with all those women? Why? The Grain Crescent. That is, Israel was part of the Grain Crescent.
Okay.
They had something other nations didn't have. A fertile land. And we don't know geography. Most of those places were desert places. Israel was the crosslands of the world.
Yeah.
It's how you went from Africa to Asia and from Arab land over to Europe. At a little hill called Megiddo. Armageddon. That's the crossroads of the world. The reason Rome wanted Israel is because they was fertile in vegetation and fruit in the land. Solomon figured it out. Solomon's saying, we small. We favored, but we are small. In fact, God called us because we're small. The only way we're gonna stay out of warfare is build relationships. And you got to build relationships, you ready for this? With people who's outside of your religion and outside of your race. So he can have a relationship with the Queen of Sheba.
Yeah.
I can talk this forever. He got a relationship with the Queen of Sheba. And she come in to see his wisdom. Relationships. I said Queen of Sheba. Queen Sheba. Thank you, Queen Sheba. Queen of Ethiopia. Yeah, but some people, so you know what? I got to correct myself. I have to correct myself because there's some people who listen to me and they said, you can be so good at something and do something so well that they find that one mistake and say, he messed that up. Yeah, and that's the only part they said. All this good stuff I said, they'll bring that one part out. So I know my people.
Okay.
You know, the male ego. It ain't nothing but a man. Women, we see, you understood.
Yeah.
But men, our egos, cock measuring brothers, whatever. Shucks. I know.
Yeah. Measuring.
All that. That's right, all of that. Shucks. I see y'all. Don't care.
That's so funny.
Men just being men.
Men being men.
That's all. And that's why you can see. I can laugh at you. Say you guess.
I guess.
That's men being men, man. Men just being men. You found one thing. Oh, he said that wrong. Now you can say a million things right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then they text me about
it. Got him.
Oh man, I wonder do I do the same thing. I might. Just men being men.
No,
Welcome to the barber
I think
shop.
you give people some grace, don't you?
Oh no, I do the same thing.
You don't? Oh my goodness.
That's why I can laugh at them. I'm laughing at myself.
Really, even like your favorites.
I don't mean no harm by it. We just got.
Yeah, I know, but
sport.
like your favorites, you do that, like the ones that you know, but they might have had like a little skipped over word.
He should have said this. I laugh at. I mean, we guys. We just we sport. You know, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
That's so we can't demonize everybody.
Okay.
Bottom line.
Yes.
You can't demonize them. So my job as a pastor is to one of my obligations as a pastor is to make it as real as possible, so you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Now when I say real, my reality is not bland. My reality is not saying it's going to be bad and you ain't going to ever have anything that's going to be. I don't preach that gospel.
No.
That gospel of we don't have no hope. I just say I ain't a hope dealer.
Yeah.
I teach you what hope means. You get what I'm saying? I'm the kind of person that says your plan, you got to always have a plan, but that don't mean your plan going to work. But that does mean your plan will always keep you working. To God be glory. So now you'll always work if you got a plan, and that's why you got a plan. But I'm telling you right now, you may have to do plan B and C and D. But I guarantee you, if you keep working and being faithful at it, one of those plans is going to be successful. So hang in there and keep on rolling. And please don't feel like a failure.
Okay.
That's who I am.
Okay.
That's who I am. I am the man that when Princeton, my son, didn't make the basketball team, called me crying. Called me crying. I mean, he was crying hard, and his grandmother was. His grandmother was crying. She was crying too.
Aww.
His grandmother had to go up there and tell the coach. I said he can't play basketball like his father. She get ready to go up there. I'm about to go up there and tell a coach. Put my son. I'm like, no, his name is Fliggins. Basketball is not his future. And so she about to go tell the coach. I said she can't do that. Put him on the phone. He's sitting up there. I mean, he was hurt. He was hurt. Princeton, hurt. He was hurt. Said, I said, this is what we're going to do. You're going to get better. You're going to learn it. I told him Michael Jordan. You know Michael Jordan? I said Michael Jordan also, he didn't make when he first played, he didn't make it either. It was his first one. But he got better. So what we're going to do is we're not going to cry about it. We're going to get better. So we went to the store. I think we went to Marshall's or Ross, took him there. Every now and then we go to a pilgrimage. Ross, let him get a toy, let him stand in a long line and waste my $12.99 because it's going to be
in the
trunk somewhere. Yep. And so he bought these pair of tennis shoes. He got a pair of tennis shoes.
Okay.
Pair of tennis shoes. I says, that's not what we getting today. You can get it though. You can get it. And then we saw basketball. I says, Princeton, remember how you felt when you failed? He had his tennis shoes in one hand. He had the basketball in the other. I said, you're going to have to make a choice, and I walked away from him. He really liked the tennis shoes. I mean, when I say he liked them, I mean, his mother, he knew what the tennis shoes were because his mother went to the store. So he kind of knew. Like, yeah, now with my father, I'm going to get what I want.
Right.
My mother 50-50. My mother might be 30-70.
Yeah. The daddy one.
The daddy, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get these. So he went right to the tennis shoes. Boom, got him. And I said, yeah. But then he had a basketball. And I said, Princeton, we only getting one. Which one you going to get? And all I said to him was, remember how you felt when you failed. Put yourself in the position to succeed. Which one do you need? And he walked in. I walked away. Because I didn't want to say to him, get the basketball. I wanted him to make the decision. And he grabbed the basketball. He bought the basketball. Wow. Now he ran the house just boom, 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 boom. You know, trying to go between his legs. Just trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this is what you needed. We can always get you tennis shoes, but this, remember how you felt when you didn't make the team. The reality is Anthony Flickens.
That's good. That's good. But
reality.
To me, that was hope dealing to me.
Let's hear it. Let's hear your side of the story.
I mean, that was, first of all, that was like the perfect setup. But like when you told him that Michael Jordan clearly had made mistakes, hadn't made, certain things, didn't make the team and things like that before, that right there, I mean, that is a distributing hope, letting him know that don't necessarily give up, keep going, because this happens to all of us. This happens to even the greatest, the greatest star basketball player. Like, this has happened to him. So there's no way you can give up because this happened to him. So it's going to happen to you. It has to happen to you. So to me, that's display. That's giving out hope. That's like a hope dealer to me, but not in like it's not a fairy tale. It's very real. Like, hey, you didn't do well. This is how it goes down. Like that to me, that's hope dealing, and that's what I do too. Like that's how it goes. Like, but it's not like it's not a lie. Now I think when you lie to people, that's different. But that's what you did was hope dealing. But you don't think so?
Okay, you're the recipient.
You
say you do the same thing. But if I'm ministering and you're the recipient, that's how you feel about it? Like you gave me hope?
I don't necessarily, now don't get me wrong, I have a T-shirt that says hope dealer. But I don't necessarily, I guess, characterize it in that. But I think, yes, like there's some people, like when you're, like as you're, I guess, interpreting the room or interpreting someone specific that you're in a relationship with, or someone you're not in a relationship with, that particular person, and they are low on hope, or they are low on their strength is low, or whatever, the peace, they're just in chaos. Yes, whatever it is that they need, you're able to kind of feel them to a certain extent with that, or give them kind of now I can't say give them exactly what they need, but kind of point them in a direction to inspire those things in themselves, that they can find it in themselves. Like a simple like story like that, or well, that wasn't really a story, but that was like a real situation. Happened. Like giving somebody an example of that, giving your own testimony can give people like hope, give them peace. Like, oh wow, I guess I can get through this. I can. I mean, this sounds kind of cliche, but it's kind of like, to me, that's hope dealing.
Okay, I concur. I concur with that point. Yeah, I concur with that one.
Yeah. Now I think when people take advantage of people, like for money and things like that, and make it like a fantasy, like, hey, you can do anything. Now I'm not saying that you can't do anything. I'm just saying like you really can, and we know that maybe that's different. I think that's a little different.
remember this comedian was talking. The comedian was talking. He was saying parenting styles was different. And he said he just noticed how he went to one parent. He said his father. He told his father, I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. I think that's what he said. He said, I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. His father, well, you go sit down somewhere and go get a job, something like that. He told him, like, you're going to be a wrestler. Go sit down somewhere and sit your down. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, like that, and go get a job somewhere. You ain't going to be no wrestler. He said he go over his friend Tommy house, and his friend Tommy said, I want to be the first black president of the United States. And his father said, whatever you put your mind to, you can do. He said, and the funny part about it is he was white. like, now that was like, his father like, yeah,
That's
whatever you put your mind to, you can do, son.
That's hilarious.
I'm like,
That is funny.
yeah, whatever you put your mind to.
But you know, like, I feel
different
like-
parenting styles.
No, you got it. You want to be black? Okay. It's funny because, like, I remember in our, like, maybe middle school, we used to have to sing those songs during our, like, commencement ceremonies.
Oh, yeah.
And it always was, like, high hopes.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was, like, what's that one? Dream big. You got to dream big, whatever that is. Like, it kind of was put into you that whatever
you went there.
whatever you want to do,
Right.
you can do it.
You know, I believe that
You do?
about people.
Uh-huh.
I just want to let you know
That.
on this journey,
Uh-huh.
all that happy
Yes.
will be subsided with some
Yes.
sincerity.
Yeah.
That's where I come in at.
That's the balance, I guess, of it,
Yeah,
right?
so I'm like, yeah, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But when I don't want, you know what I don't like? I don't like that. So somebody told me, I was on a ladder one day, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm about to fall. He said, anything to fall never hurt. I said, yeah. I said, no. He said, it's the sudden drop.
Mm.
I said, oh, yeah, I got it. He said, the fall don't hurt nobody. It's that sudden drop. Nobody ever. He was just saying, like,
Agree with that.
yeah, he's like, the fall, the actual, if you on a ladder and the ladder started falling, you fall, like, that actual 2 seconds ain't gonna hurt. It's that bam.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
It's
part.
the
I'm
sudden
about
drop.
to
The
say,
fall don't hurt.
Isn't that the fall?
Yeah, the
No,
fall
okay,
don't hurt.
you're talking about
It's
the,
a 2 second
it's
fall.
the drop, yeah.
No, it's that sudden
That
hit.
bang.
That bang. That's what hurt. And I said, oh, okay. What I don't want from people is I don't want you to hit that sudden drop.
Yes.
That's that bang. And
Yeah.
and so let me let you right. Let me
Brace yourself.
let me. I'm not going to, and I'm letting you know right now, with the way you're dreaming, and the size of your vision, demands. We'll place a demand on your integrity,
Mm-hmm.
and it will place a demand on your consistency.
Mm-hmm.
It will place a demand on that.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit that sudden drop, that hit, I want to let you know it's part of it.
Yes.
That's all I'm trying to. That's where I come in at. That's only where I'm coming
And
in
how
at.
many? Now, how many?
It's
peop-
just part of it.
How many would you? Not how
Go for
many?
it.
But do you see many people that are receptive to that?
Well, you want to know why? You want to know why people don't not receptive to it? Not receptive to it? I think how many people are receptive to that message? Just put it that way.
How many people are receptive to the, like, understanding that there is another, that when you're going to get the drop?
Yeah.
Period.
Period. It's going to happen.
In anything, it's going to be a drop.
Yeah.
How many people are receptive to that advice or to that, not necessarily a warning, but just a,
But that's why I'm able to preach it the way I preach it, so more people can accept it. That's why.
but you do notice that is a hard thing for people to swallow.
It's a hard thing for people to. It's a hard pill for people to swallow until they do it, and when they do it, they glad I said it. But
Okay.
initially, thank you. Initially,
difficult?
it's like, just don't take my happiness away.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Don't take my happiness away.
Okay.
And I'm saying you're going to be happier once you understand those drops and pitfalls come with it, and you come out on the other side. I'd rather see you happy there.
Yes.
Even when I do marriage counseling,
Okay.
I
Yeah, for
tell
sure.
pastors, it ain't gonna be what it ain't gonna be what you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I am not a pastor that try to get people to be married because they can't stop sleeping around.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't me.
Yeah.
That's y'all.
Yeah.
That's not Anthony Flicken's teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting you know right now because most people try to get you to get married so you won't be in sin.
Uh-huh.
You won't keep fornicating. Let's just put
Yes.
it out there the way this
That's how
it's
the-
traditionally
that's how it's
taught.
being said, Yeah.
Y'all sleeping around.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to do it. Y'all need to get married. Y'all together like y'all living together. Y'all ain't married yet.
What you waiting
What
for?
y'all waiting for? And that's what you do, right? Then what happens is, so my teaching says, wait a minute. I got to show you what this thing gonna look like 7 years from now. My thing is not getting you to the down the aisle. My thing is keeping you from divorce court.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the counseling comes and you got to come back, they're coming back to me, not everybody else.
Right. Right.
So my thing is that wait a minute. Let's talk this thing out here.
Yeah.
Let's open this thing up. Because the last thing I want you to do is marry the devil because you're trying to stay out of hell.
Yeah. For real.
That's what most of them
That's
do.
what it's happening.
Most of y'all married the devil. You ain't found out with the devil like 3 years later.
Right.
Because crazy always come late. So you married the
Look in the
devil.
mirror like,
You married
Wait a
the
minute.
devil trying to stay out of hell. I'm like, you can't win for nothing.
oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
You didn't marry the demon
Okay.
because you're trying to stay out of
Out of
hell.
hell.
I'm like, dang.
So do you have a what's your red flag for that? So when you're advising
Marriage
And
couples, all that stuff.
marriage couples, I guess in general, if you're advising
There
in general,
are certain questions in general.
I'm saying, like,
in relationships, what are you talking about? Like,
I'm about to when you're advising and people are resistant to
Mhm.
what you're trying to kind of warn them that will
Okay.
happen or can happen. Do you have a red flag where as though you just stop, you just like, I'm not going to do that.
It's a two-way street here.
Okay.
And here's the first thing. A lot of people, some people don't believe what I'm saying when I give certain warnings or anything else like that. Some people don't believe it's because they got to see it first.
Okay.
Some people, I know people that you tell them, hey, the stove is hot.
You still got to touch
They
it.
got to touch it.
It's like a natural human
They
response
gotta
to
touch it. They gotta-
what you
That's that person. And I taught this years ago when I taught years ago about teaching people people according to their nature,
Okay.
because you cannot
Okay.
go to bear school,
Mm-hmm.
or a bear cannot go to dog school
Mm-hmm.
to learn how to be a bear,
Yeah.
and a cat can't go to wolf school to learn how to be a cat.
Okay.
You have to teach people according to their nature.
Mm.
Now people say, well, you know how I do that, I don't know everybody's nature. You are who they are.
Mm.
Let's get this together right now. Whatever's happening in your church is what's happening in you. You just don't know everything.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's the same thing. If you sneaky, so is your church.
Mm.
If you're greedy, so is your church. If you're needy, so is your church. Whatever you are, that's who you attract.
Mm.
So you never actually you never have to ask the question, God, who am I ministering to? Who am I ministering to?
Mm-hmm.
Look in the mirror.
Right.
That's who you're ministering to.
Yourself.
You're ministering to yourself,
Mhm.
and 50 to 1,000 to 100,000 to 1 million different variations of you.
Mm.
That's all. That's all
That's
you're
all.
talking to, y'all. So please don't be like, oh, y'all this, y'all that. No, you are too.
Okay. Yeah.
When you start growing and developing and
Mhm.
learning yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it helps you to learn your people.
Mm.
When you start seeing and saying, wait a minute, I am her and I am him and part of me,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? You start learning yourself, you start seeing yourself in others.
Mm.
Again, you take that mental step back and say, this is me.
Mhm.
This is them. This is us.
Mm.
Okay. When I'm advising people like that, how would I advise myself?
Mhm.
How would I then, talk to myself?
Yeah.
And so then when I see certain people at a certain place in their lives, for the red flags, there are certain people that I say certain things to, and I'm speaking, not just advising, but even prophesying.
Okay.
I can see they don't believe me.
Okay.
I can see they just have no hope.
Mm.
I can see they just whatever. I'm
Mhm.
ministering to them. I can see the whatever. I can feel it. This is going to be the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I do not convince them to change.
Okay.
I have learned not to convince people who have completely lost hope. I've been prophesied to 12 times. It ain't going to be no difference.
Yeah.
Please don't try to bring me. Don't raise me up to that place. Then put a. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then bust a balloon once I get there. I've been told that too many times.
Mm.
I've been told that too many times. It's not gonna. So now when I'm ministering like that under the anointing, that's what's a two-way street. When I'm ministering under the anointing, I ignore all the disappointing and disappointment feelings that they have against me,
Okay.
or not even against me, towards what I'm preaching.
Okay.
You can be this gospel, you can be this. They look at me like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
One day I prophesied to a man, he walked out the door while I was prophesying to him.
Wow.
I was speaking over his life. He walked out the door
Ooh.
while I was ministering to him.
Wow.
And guess what we did?
What?
I kept on praying for him.
Mm.
You walking out the door. God speaking to you while you walking out. No, I was literally prophesying to him. And they walked out the door.
Wow.
I don't know what kind of, I don't let that response penetrate my spirit when I'm ministering, because I'm ministering from a pure place.
Yeah.
You do not have to be in the building for God to speak.
Right.
You can walk out the door. You can walk out the country.
Yes.
The word of God is not. So
not,
my feelings. So now my feelings and my ego cannot be tied to how you respond to what I say when God is speaking.
Amen.
I cannot. I got this mentality from David when he brought back the Ark of the Covenant. When David brought back the Ark of the Covenant, the Bible said David was the one doing the dancing. Everybody else was like, wow, we got the Ark of the Covenant back. But David was showing off. Like, the Bible said he danced, he had an undignified dance. And the wife looked at him and said, why are you undignified? You the king. Her response to him was different than what he was experiencing. But he knew.
Yes.
He knew what would happen if he brought the glory back. She didn't have to know. No one else have to know. Only you. And he did not. His response was so jovial, so, and to a point, juvenile, because they were childlike. You're the king.
Right.
Dancing out your clothes. You're exposing yourself. He was just undignified. His response was because of what he knew, not because of what everyone else was going through.
Amen.
So when I'm ministering, I'm responding to what I know, not how you feel. You can be completely whatever. I will turn a church out with 6 people ready to go. No, I feel the glory in here. And therefore, I'll respond even if you go to sleep.
Yes.
You could have a tired, you could be tired that day. And you could be tired of me. Or could be, you just done. I'm tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. You could have had a bad moment. Chemistry could be off. You could be feeling bad. And heck, you might be tired. Those are real experiences. And I used to find myself, well, you don't believe God's word. You don't believe like I believe. I see you. Now I do it when I joke with y'all now. When I do it all the time. Man, when I mess with, I'm literally joking. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't sleep on the front row while I'm preaching. It's good. I am sort of just, relating to my audience, and we just going back and forth.
Yeah.
We just having fun.
Yeah.
Nobody take that part serious. They just flickers being flickers, just being sarcastic. But when I am ministering like that and people don't believe me, and you can see the lack of belief on their face when I'm ministering, I don't let that penetrate my spirit.
Okay.
Nope. That's the one thing. The next thing is when I'm counseling and you sort of ignore the advice. I tell you this. I'm going to give you this advice. You don't have to obey it. You don't have to, well, obey is it's like probably,
It's a strong word.
It's a strong word in 2023. So you don't have to adhere. You don't have to apply. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have
do
to
what you like with it.
Do what you want to do with it.
Right.
But I'm only going to give you one piece. And this is what I tell people. Eat the fish and throw away the bones. That's the approach I take to people. Eat the fish and throw away the bones. You know what's for you. But do not be so ignorant that you throw the whole thing I'm saying away, because you may need one piece. So I may be counseling you for 45 minutes when you might need 4 minutes, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So kind of have an open heart about what I'm saying.
Good.
And so I go in with that, and I let them know. Now, and then I do the best I can to give all sides of what they're going through. It could be like this. It may be like that. It's going to be like this. I've seen this before. This is about to happen in your life.
Wow. Serious.
That's how I approach it. But let me know right now. And I tell them, you may disagree with it. I tell them, like this part right here, I'm not sure if you're going to agree with this part that I'm about to say. But I'm going to say it anyway because I respect you. And I'm asking that you just take the piece you need for yourself.
Right.
But I'm going to give you both sides of this. This is how this is going to work.
Wow. And they receive.
Or they don't.
Or they don't, yeah.
But they at least respect the fact that I can see and respect that they are not receiving everything I'm saying.
Right.
I respect that. Oh, I respect that more than anything.
Right.
More than anything.
And that you're not, I would definitely respect that in a marriage counsel, that you're not just like checking it off the list, like, okay, yeah, good. What's the date? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're listening and you care and you're.
Older couples getting married, 30s and 40s, getting married. You people getting married in 30s, 40s, and that first thing I like, I just ask certain questions to see if they playing or if they serious. See if they having conversations or they just having a whole lot of horizontal relationships and just giddy. But at 30 and 40, your mind and your conversation have to change.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have some. You gotta begin to talk because you're on the other. You're approaching the other side of your life.
Yeah.
The average age 83, 87 for women, 83 for men. So that's the average age, and you're in your 40s. So half this thing is over.
Yeah.
So what we gonna do with the other half?
Yes.
First question I ask: have you guys talked about insurance? Quiet. Look, everyone that quiet this room got?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't heard Facebook get quiet.
Right.
Like everybody. Wait.
Forgot about that.
Pastors, when you talk to these people, don't ask me they love the Lord.
Right.
Don't ask me they love your mama,
Mm-hmm.
love your daddy. First question, y'all talking about insurance?
Yeah.
Because at least you know that they have been talking about their long term.
Yes. That's good.
Or have they been just loving each other and, like my father say, blowing bubbles in each other's face?
Okay. Yeah.
Now I know y'all have talked about something. For the, and what company?
Right.
How much?
Right.
What are y'all doing with this? I just want to know if y'all had are y'all having real and sincere conversations about life, or are you, hate to put this out there, just hoping that it's going to be
All come together. All just fall into place.
certain questions asked. So I do ask trigger questions, and I ask, and I got a million of them. These are mine that I've learned. I got a million trigger questions I ask to let me know if you're actually playing or if you're sincere. Now, I can't give you all my secrets.
Probably be nervous and on one and like.
Yeah.
After that first one. Like,
After the first one, it gets so quiet. And you just see, and at that moment, you see the husband look at the boy, the guy look at me, and then you'll see her kind of look at him, then look at to see his reaction. What I'm going to look at the other to see what reaction we're going to get, and then somebody going to say in their brain, we haven't talked about it.
Right.
Discipline strategies if y'all got children. Where's the baby mama and the baby father? What's your relationship?
Yeah.
Do you like her? I don't like her at all. She better not come around here. She better oh, man, it's going to be some trouble in paradise.
Yeah.
That child got to grow up in that relationship. That means that somewhere the mama ain't going to see this, the dad ain't going to see that, and this. Somebody got to change their somebody got to change their heart.
Yeah.
Now, who's going to stretch? Now, if you're a woman, you know, I say sometimes you may have to be a little humble. Now, I know it's some zillas out there. I know it's some tough stuff. So I'm not saying this is going to be easy.
Yeah.
I'm saying this may take a long time. But you cannot. She's hurt. Or he's hurt. That the other party's moved on. But you are the other party.
Yeah.
I am a woman who know, so I know what hurt feel like.
Exactly.
I know what they did to me. And you know what I'm saying? You just know. Yeah. So it's not easy now. So I'm not talking about this easy. I'm not talking about this the only way. But these are the things I say. Because it keeps peace in the home.
And that is so true. I know a couple that were engaged and they set a date and everything and hadn't discussed where the son would live. Like the man, I guess, was going to move in with the woman. They were going to have a house. But they never discussed where the son was going to stay.
Wow.
And he didn't even have a space to stay in that house.
And so this
people don't talk about that.
Nope. And here's what I know about the future. You ready for this? And why I say what I'm saying. Because y'all don't want to accord now. But trust me, if there's no peace in the house, he's going to find some peace somewhere else. Again, you get what I'm saying? You like, oh, no, she can just stay where she at. No. If there is no peace in that home, no matter who it comes from, that man is going to find peace somewhere else. Whether he find it on his job, we find it with his homeboys, he's going to find it with his mama or another woman. He's going to find peace somewhere. So it's okay now because y'all like loving each other. Y'all tight. Y'all against the world. Again, the reality. But I guarantee you, whether he created or not, well, whether he created or whether he have created it, where he created this madness, or whether he has allowed it. Put it that way. I put it that way. Okay. If there is no peace in the house, 9 times out of 10, he will run and find peace somewhere else.
real.
Oh, that's all I'm teaching. I say, so you know, yeah, y'all tight now. Again, that's the hope part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, y'all don't want to court now. Y'all cool now.
Mm-hmm.
God is. You think God pleased with y'all? Okay, God pleased with y'all now because y'all making this decision. Y'all ain't fornicating no more. Y'all decided to get it right. You know, okay, let's get all that off the table. You think God happy? You happy? You feel safe?
Right.
You got some legal tail, all that other stuff like whatever juvenile mindset you got towards relationships, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if there is no peace, he will find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe not today. 3 or 4 years down the line. So start the process now of securing peace.
Yes, secure peace.
Securing peace. Stepkids don't like whatever. Hey, let's start securing peace now. What we going to do? What we going to do?
Yes.
My favorite thing to do. This don't work with everybody. This just clear understanding. This how we not gonna start. We not gonna start holding hands praying in the middle of the dining room.
Yeah, no.
It ain't gonna work. It's not how we're gonna start. You know how we're gonna start? Their favorite cereal.
Yep.
Let's just start there. Every time you go to the store,
Simple.
just get their favorite cereal.
Yes.
All teenagers, not all, but most teenagers.
Most of them.
Most of us teenagers. Me, teenagers. I'm not a teenager, but man, you got my favorite cereal. You've been thinking about me.
Yes, you care.
You care about me. Yeah, you care.
Yeah.
I look over in the you know what I'm saying? In the cabinet.
Like, wow.
Like, man, like
the big box.
yes, like life can't be no better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, I'm like, there's some kids with a whole box and a whole bowl
life, it's
and
everything.
just go and right there and they sit in the kitchen for hours in front of their phone or their computer, their laptop or their tablet, and
You'd be surprised.
you'd be surprised. Cereal. I don't know how much it costs now. I don't do shopping $4.99.
Yeah,
They're a little high now,
like
right?
$5.79.
I heard it's up there.
But you can get that box.
Get that. Go ahead. That $5. If $5.29 can bring peace,
Yes.
you up there speaking in all those tongues.
Yes.
Putting the oil all over the doors. every bedroom got oil in there. You didn't put
Grease is oily in there.
You done put oil over the doorposts. Like when I see the
Putting it on their
blood.
forehead while they sleep.
Yeah, when I see the blood, when I see we got oil all over. You got oil all over the doorpost. So the doorpost got oil. You got grease coming down the steps.
Oh, it's on the wall and
all on
peace.
the wall. Oh
Like,
my
yes.
God. And still got all this trouble.
Lord.
Just
Get the cereal.
$5.29, y'all. Come on. But
Simple.
stuff like that.
Yeah. It means so much.
It's how I teach
Yeah.
and how I counsel. That is my it's effective. It's effective.
Yeah.
And I found people to be grateful.
Thanks.
I found people to be grateful. So I am the guy that I am okay with being the bad guy. You know this about me. I am okay with being the bad guy now. I don't care. I'm telling my church right now. I'm telling my church, my family, everybody. I will be the bad guy today. Okay? Like Tony Montana.
Right.
I'm the bad guy, okay?
I think the blame.
I'll be the bad guy.
Okay.
I am that guy. I am going to be the bad guy. But when this thing turned back around again, when the sun comes back around again, I promise you, I promise you, I'm gonna be right there. And I'm not the person that I told you so. I'm the person that says, thank God you made it. Now this is what's next, and this is why I told you that. But I'm glad you went through it. Here's what you do next. I'm never going to be like, I told you so. I told you wasn't going to do it. No, here it is. I knew this was going to happen. So now this is what you do next. You good. At least you've learned something. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Please, and don't congratulate me. Don't thank me. Don't do that. Oh, thank you, Pastor Flickers. Oh, you knew. Oh, then God was all on you. You know, don't do me that. I don't feel like that. I don't, because you didn't give it to. I don't want it. 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 Don't do that, y'all. Don't do me like that. Let's just keep moving forward. I don't want all that.
Don't be polite, guys.
Thank.
Just don't.
I don't want.
Just don't.
Oh, Pastor Flickers. No. I know you appreciate it. Now let's move forward.
Okay.
And that's my reward.
Noted.
That is my reward.
It goes
That's
back
it.
to you saying that how you turn the light on.
What's that?
when you basically in the counseling too, like you flip the light on so they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see like the cereal.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You just flip the light on.
Yep.
They might cut it off.
Yeah, that's
but then,
right.
Then they flip it back. Then it cuts back on.
Yep, that's what I do. And that's
cool.
what I, and so that's what I said, and this is why, and this is the reason why I minister and try to find the reality in everybody. I try to find the reality. I try to find the reality. When I was preaching about faith in Abraham, just the reality.
The reality.
You know, live in a tent. I was talking about it. Leave a house, live in a tent,
Yes.
and then you know you got, you know what I'm saying? Just the reality, just the reality of everything. And I tend to, and you have to be able to. You can't just pinpoint a scripture. You have to look at the brevity of the story. You stand back and look at it. So I can see that Joseph was a minister of food. So I stopped looking at him as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coat of many colors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just the
That's a myth. That's kind of a
dreamer.
myth. That's kind of a, I might teach that too. That's kind of like a That's kind of a It's kind of like a misnomer. It's almost a coat of long sleeves. They call it a coat of many colors, but it's a coat of long sleeves. All right. We too late to talk about this. It's 11 o'clock. But the coat of many colors, everybody. The coat of many colors is the colors should be on the sleeves.
Okay.
If it's a coat of many colors, but it should be. But the Jewish understanding of it, of the story, is really, if you do some in extensive work on it. Now I ain't talking about getting all deep. Just pay a little attention. It's the coat of many colors. The coat of long sleeves. He was the inspector. In so many words, he was the youngest son whose job was to inspect his brother's work. And so whenever you work, they tell you to do what? Roll up your sleeves. So the rolling up of sleeves or having short sleeves is a sign of a person that actually does the work. Here was the younger son, and the younger son got the long sleeves or the coat of many colors, or he have the inspector coat on, which means that he has the longer garment. That's what it meant.
Okay.
So when you see the coat of many colors, y'all stop looking at red, fuchsia, and purple and green. Y'all, we got to grow up in this. I wish I'm on my.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't know it, but I'm here to teach you.
So you turn the light on. Thank you. I'm sorry. Not thank you. No, thank you. Just.
That's the coat of many colors, y'all. It's the coat of long sleeves.
Good.
Because what's the term when you're working? Roll up your sleeves. Well, he had on a longer sleeve, which means that he doesn't do any physical work. So what happened? His brothers are working, and then you got the baby boy inspecting the elders. Oh, that make you mad too. Yeah. Make everybody mad. It's supposed to be the oldest doing that. Yeah. You got the baby boy inspecting their work. I got my little brother. My little brother. Making sure I do the work. My little brother. Throw his butt in the ditch too.
Take the coat.
Oh, maybe I. Shucks.
Give me that coat.
So the coat of let's be real.